Welcome back, everybody, to the third and final game of the first series. It is a 3-series day today, though, so there's plenty more Dota to come. Team Spirit in that second game. What more can we say than they picked up the troll? And I'm going to hyper-focus on this. They picked up the troll. It did not work. And one move, they got a free game from it.
There is one thing I need to speak about here, Rob, before we get into the game. I hate one guy in chat. It's called Moobot. I was trying to hype up the chat and with the caps lock, right? Game 3 starting, let's go. And he told me, like, stop shouting because I am not a NVIP. I'm gonna be asking for that one. So I'm really salty right now. But yeah, you kind of I don't think the troll in particular was the main problem there for Team Spirit, but they take a little bit longer in the lobby to get ready. I'm hoping they went out and washed their face, right? Because that really, didn't look like they were super concentrated on what was happening in the game, especially in the first 15 minutes. And I think they transferred it from game number 1, because those kind of games can get you a little bit sleepy, especially when you're just constantly on the side lanes. So I'm hoping a little bit of faster paced Dota from Team Spirit, but also I'm hoping for one move to have a bit more confidence now that they have beaten their opponents, and it being Team Spirit. And I think confidence was the thing that one move were missing the most. So in my mind, this should be the best game of the series so far.
Yeah, and we can see that already. The heroes coming out, the Hoodwink and the Doom for Team Spirit, so they're completely ripping up the game plan that we usually see coming through from them. One move do get the Treant coming through this time as well, so one move, it's gonna be the Death Prophet gets out as well. Yeah, both these heroes that we see usually ban out, one move just easily able to pick them up because they're just straight up available in this first phase. And even one move forcing out the pick ban there from Team Spirit because they ban out the IO themselves.
If I'm not mistaken, the time where Spirit lost against Navi, they played the Doom. Yeah, wait. Yes, I was right. And they played the Doom Hoodwink. And that's the only time they lost against Navi. Though Navi there played their main lineup. So Team Spirit, I think this is something that they like to play, the Hoodwink and the Doom, but so far in the DPC it has not worked out for them. Of course, you cannot judge it just by one game, but it kind of rattles the confidence probably for some of the Team Spirit fans. So Team Spirit, they get, I would say, comfortable picks, something that they feel confident in, and one move has gotten two heroes that are very well established in the current meta. They go really well together. One of them defends towers, one of them pushes towers. Death Prophet likes getting some help in terms of heals. Treant Protector is pretty good at doing that with the living armor, even with the Leech Seed if he's in the vicinity. So I like it. I like the opening from one move, but they did have the first pick, so it is normal that they're gonna be somewhat winning the first pick phase.
Yeah, and the Morphlin's going to be taken out here from one move. Clockwork, another one of those heroes like the Crystal Maiden that, is pretty popular in that position 5 at the minute, but just this series, teams not going back for it. The Clockwork as well, being able to, get the lockdown onto something like that. I mean, they might have more mobility heroes to come out here for Team Spirit, but even just being able to get onto the Hoodwink, get it trapped in the cogs, to get the Doom, stop the Doom from being out. If the Doom wants to go for the self-Doom Ags later on in the game, being able to stop it from being able to get on top of the rest of the heroes. Clockwork throwing them in big sacrificial lamb that the rest of the team celebrates, but a lot of damage comes through from the Clockwork as well, from the Battery Assault in the early game. The control that hero offers, that teams were just like, if it does lane with something like the Death Prophet, the Death Prophet could potentially Spirit Siphon someone to death with that coming out.
Be the case. They are banning out heroes on one move that would lane quite well against the Death Prophet, so this will kind of put me in a situation to believe that it is most likely going to be an offlane one. I guess it's the position that it's been mostly played in, but there's always a possibility of it being transferred to the mid lane. I still would want to see Team Spirit, other than the Hoodwink, get one more hero for burst damage so that it can play with the Hoodwink. They banned out the Tiny, but something along those lines in the mid lane that can initiate or play enough with the Hoodwink, contribute a little bit in damage, and then you'll be able to bring down the DP. Not just rely on dooming her before she gets the exorcism off. So Lina is banned out, but you know, heroes like the Queen of Pain, maybe an Ember Spirit comes to mind as a potential hero just to play with the Hoodwink around the map.
Would the Tusk be enough? Do you think with the Walrus Punch, you've got the ice shards that the Death Prophet wouldn't be able to get past, you know, the snowball to come through as well?
Solid, yes, especially because it's good at diving the Treant Protector as well. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that as well. Larl hasn't gotten to play the aggressive heroes that we saw from him in the Christmas show just before the New Year's, and I'm kind of surprised because that was kind of the approach from Team Spirit that they were taking in pretty much every game. Is that Larl was just so overly aggressive that it created so much space for Yatoro to always carry out the game. And it worked out so well for them in that tournament. They ended up with the runner-ups losing the grand finals 3-2. And they're just completely disregarding that as a possibility to play Dota that way. They're just picking up some Dragon Knights and Kunkas for Larl instead of he was playing aggressively even with the Zeus. So I'm kind of surprised that they're not taking that route. Don't really know what changed.
Sniper.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So we see the sniper come out, and again, it is being played more in that safe lane position than it is the mid lane at the minute. I was just thinking as well, because with the Doom, you want to be able to try and engage at range here. So the sniper is going to be a good choice, I think, up against the Doom, both in lane and coming into the team fights as well. But you have the Treant Protector, that can stand in front, get the overgrowth. Gets a decent amount of control off against Team Spirit in these fights. So I like this pickup. It's a nice little pickup, and no matter, I think I prefer it in the safe lane to the mid lane, but I think it's a good hero at the minute. That one move, it's going to allow them to have that extra little bit of damage, extra little bit of if the position's great in the fights. There's no reason that this sniper shouldn't really have a massive impact in this game.
I like the sniper in a sense it lanes well with the Treant. I just don't like it with the Death Prophet. I feel like it's two heroes that like to come over and hit the tower. Both of them like to show each other. Show themselves, like to attack the towers. And I think that puts you in an uncomfortable position if you do not have the Aegis. And even if you do, like... let's say the Death Prophet is pushing the tower. What is a sniper going to do? Be behind? Like, who cares? You're still going to jump, burst down the Death Prophet, and get out. The sniper, as well as the Death Prophet, they like to stand in front and have some kind of a counter initiation. So you get what I'm looking at. The one-move lineup, it is strong, but the synergy is a little bit lacking because the Death Prophet and the sniper do the same thing. Tusk, again, okay at counter initiating, but he's much... Ideally, you want to use this hero to go in front, right? And then you're just charging in front. Charging in front isn't ideal for a sniper lineup. Overall, I think that one move's lineup, it's great that they're going to have vision from the sniper. I think it's great they're going to probably be trying to play a little bit more actively when it's nighttime, because that's where they're going to have the advantage. But you can sometimes with lineups like these make a mistake because you literally don't have the counter initiation, the damage type of counter initiation that you would like. You have the snowball save, you have the overgrowth, but not really that type of, oh, they're going on my Death Prophet, bam, chrono, and now you all die, right? Or a Monkey King. So that's the thing that's scaring me a little bit regarding their lineup. Whereas the Ursa, he's pretty much okay against all of these. He has burst damage, so he can jump in and blow someone up. He has a way to remove the overgrowth, and builds. If he sees the sniper is just gone. So what for me Team Spirit are lacking now is a hero that is gonna get in and create chaos, so that this lineup of one move has to separate, and then the Ursa hunts them. That's why hence the Ember Spirit ban, because it would be so good here. Yeah,
okay, well, let's see. I mean, how do you feel about this Ursa pick? I've spoken about the Ursas versus snipers. I think the kite potential, especially with the Tusk and the Treant being here as well, the Ursa has to do so much not to be kited in a game like this. How does the Ursa try and deal with that? Do you expect it to still be a Battle Fury build, or maybe do you think maybe a Diffusal Blade to chase down, because he still has the Enchantress, so the Enchant's going to hero slow there as well. I just don't think that Team Spirit have the mass team control that I'd expect to go along with him here for that Ursa pick to be super effective.
True. You're completely right, but I think it's going to be a Battle Fury because you need the Ursa to be incredibly powerful. And again, it's all about having that one hero that is going to jump in first, that is going to break the formation of one move. One move don't have particularly any great burst on their side. And then the Ursa hunts, you know, he's hiding, he's looking, he's prowling, and then he sees the right target, bam, the hero dies. So that's why the Ursa needs to be ahead, hence you need the Battle Fury. And I like the bans coming out from one move. But, you know, Team Spirit, I would actually be okay with Team Spirit getting a Zeus here. I think it actually makes a lot of sense, because with your ulti, you can reveal where everybody is. Laurel has been known to buy a Bloodstone and jump in, so you can kind of get the hate onto yourself to allow the Ursa to hunt whoever he wants.
And that's going to be even more control. You've got the dive in from range here with the Primal Beast coming through, you know, just being able to onslaught into a team fight, potentially get that pulverize off, keep anybody locked down. And it's, again, a hero that can sit in the front and just activate Sniper, lets him sit back, plink away at the heroes that are there in these fights. So, is it going to be the mid lane?
With both. I'm okay with both. I don't know. I just don't know. I think that Gilgir hasn't played the Primal Beast. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I think Einkrad has. So, but overall, I'm okay with both of them because both heroes are good at diving and good at bringing down the squishy support. So and both of them are relatively good at laning with the Death Prophet as well.
Okay, well, we'll see which way around it will be here on One Move's lineup. And 10 seconds or so left on Team Spirit. They've got to be looking for this mid laner here. It's going to be the Zeus. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. It's a Laurel hero. This is a Team Spirit lineup, I think. So it is going to be Einkrad in the mid Primal Beast. Yeah, but as I said, I never saw Gilgir play it. I like both lineups. I really do. I think the one bad thing for one move is that they don't have, or now they do really have the counter initiating core, but ideally for one move you want to be running in, and I think the sniper is always gonna be lacking in terms of coming over. So I'm gonna go for Team Spirit. I'm pretty sure that with this kind of a lineup that they're gonna be playing aggressively enough. They have strong lanes as well. One thing that I think one move have to do in this game if they are to win: kill Miposhka. Miposhka is gonna be on their side of the map giving vision. The second he's there, he needs to die. You have the ability to do it. Primal Beast, Tusk. These two heroes, they kill the Enchantress, especially the Primal Beast with the Trample. Just do it. Make sure he's not giving vision to his team, and then you're going to be able to play Dota. So that's like the one thing that one move have to do. If Miposhka is in their jungle, being super annoying, we're talking in a normal game, not one that, let's say, one or the other stomps the other team. But he was in their jungle and constantly giving vision. One move are going to have a bad time because Yatoro will get too strong. Laurel later on pops the ulti. Yatoro sees a perfect target. He kills it. And that's not something you can allow to happen.
Okay, we are just waiting, maybe a little bit of delay. We wait for this game to start. Looking at the lineup, I mean, I think one move, they have that momentum coming into the second game. Team Spirit, though, they wouldn't be the TI-10 champions if they couldn't mentally reset, and just forget about the last game. Put it all in this game here as well. I do like the Zeus pick. I like coming into this. He's going to be able to sit back. He's going to be able to burst down, like you say, the scouts and ultimates to come through as well to see where everyone is. So I do like that pick. And guys, don't forget to check out our sponsors, EGB. They do giveaways as well every 30 minutes. All you need to do to participate in a giveaway is put a $1 bet on every day to get involved in those giveaways. So that's available to you, and that's our sponsors, EGB. But for now, into this third and final game of One Move versus Spirit, I'm looking through and I'm seeing Primal Beast coming straight out with the ward as well, so they want that higher ground vision up against the Zeus, because the Zeus can sit back, throughout the arc lightning to get the harass out, find those last hits onto the range creeps as well. So in this lane, does the Primal Beast, is there a point where the Primal Beast is stronger than the Zeus and can get the dive in, get the kills onto the Zeus? Or is this just going to be Zeus plays back close to the tier 1 tower, sits back, looks for the last hits as well as the arc lightning where he can? Or do you expect massive rotations in to try and deal with Lal?
It's a farm trade, and if there is a rotation, they can't kill Laurel. He uses, let's say, the heavenly jump to escape the onslaught, and then there is a snowball bringing them towards him, and then you can get the kill. But there is a lot of good potential for Team Spirit to rotate to the mid lane, whereas one move only have Gilgir to do so. Pantomime doesn't do it. So if you focus too much on the mid lane, I think Team Spirit are going to come in numbers and you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, and look at this as well. Both teams, 3 or 4 heroes. Well, 3 here from the side of Spirit, 4 from the side of One Move. Just looking to try and see if anybody in this third game rotated up and look for a potential kill. Afterlife will be alone. Maposhi's going to be coming now as well. So Afterlife actually might walk up into the trap. Mira's going to be here. He has the bushwhack. How close is he going to be to the tree? Yatoro as well. They do get the bushwhack off. The damage though, is it going to be enough? Yatoro, what's he gone for? So he's just gone for the Fury swipes. The slowdown. Afterlife trying to do the best he can with the Spirit Siphon. The Ice Shot are going to connect as well. But Mira, they still have that vision. Mira, does he have the bushwhack? Does he have anything? No. Afterlife. Actually, the bushwhack, it's not going to connect, and Afterlife will be able to get out. No first blood here.
It wouldn't have killed him either way. I think that was a slight mistake coming out from Mira. He could have waited for Afterlife to come to the high ground, get a few hits, then pull him back with the bushwhack, but he started with it. And it gives the space for Afterlife to get far enough for the shards to actually make a difference. But of course, if Gilgir hadn't used those beautiful shards, the DP would have died either way.
Yeah. And it looks like... Are they playing? No, okay, so the Hoodwink is just playing behind. He's trying to get this pull through as well. Standard 4 build going for the tangos, the 3 tangos and the boots to come out. Just being able to get that extra move speed, you know, especially when you are going to be up a sniper that... I mean, we've seen a couple of builds for the sniper, you know, some snipers, they completely avoid the shrapnel until around level 7, level 8, just focus on getting the, maybe around level 5, level 6 actually, because they don't pick up a quick point in the assassinate. So are you expecting this just to be the right-click sniper here up against Mira and Collapse, or do you think at some point he does want to go for an early point into the shrapnel?
I think I always like 2 points in shrapnel. That's just the case. And Yatoro gets the first blood. Yeah, I mean, Afterlife returned to the lane and he was just having a bad time because Yatoro got level 2 while he was away. And then they were just running him down. And now he doesn't even have a TP. So in the end, them not getting the kill initially on the DP, it actually might have hurt him even more.
Yeah, look at this as well. Zeus in the mid lane. The last hits, it's still even. And the... trade is still there, but Aincrowd, he's being burst down. The Arc Lightning is coming through at a very early point. You don't usually see this from the Zeus. They do usually just focus on the Arc Lightning, the Lightning Bolt coming through, though, at level 3 here for Lal. So he's going to have that interrupt onto Aincrowd. He's going to have that little bit of extra harass, but at the minute, he is just being able to burst down. You know, again, there might be a PowerPoint, well, it's not going to be a presentation, but there might be a point in the game here where Aincrowd in this lane might feel a little bit confident, maybe at level 6 when the Pulverize comes out, a rotation through from one of his supports, but at the minute, Lal seems to be quite comfortable in this lane.
Collapse is in trouble, and he has been in trouble ever since this lane started. We always emphasize how good he does in the laning phase, but this time around, Mira was a little bit late to that lane. And because of Collapse, he's gonna die now.
Yeah, and he just turns himself around. He knows he'd have to the long walk back, the TP in, if he had to go back to base on foot. So he just says, okay, Pantomime, you got me. Here's your kill. And yeah, Pantomime, I mean, this is why we see the train is so strong with the change to the range of the leech seed. You know, being able to drop it from inside the trees, hang inside the trees as well. The train at the minute, especially up against a melee core in the offlane, you know, Pantomime, you can see that Collapse is trying to do what he can with the Quelling Blade to eat these trees. And it is going to be Munkushi going for an early point into the shrapnel. So a 1-2-0 build at level 3. And Collapse, he's being bullied on this lane.
Yeah, completely bullied, really. What Team Spirit did is they put a lot of emphasis in the bottom lane. They could have brought more heroes towards top, gotten through the trees, but they didn't do it. It was Collapse alone, and he felt scared going for a Quelling Blade to take it down. So with those trees being there, and with Mira being late to the lane, obviously the Doom is gonna suffer heavily against the tree and sniper lane. This is not gonna change, really. It's very tough for Doom to get on top of the sniper. I mean, Mira can be annoying, but he cannot kill the sniper.
Yeah, and you can see again the leech seed coming out. Collapse is going to be suffering again. He's not going to... so far, he's not taking a creep. Collapse, he's going to go down here. Pantomime gets up another kill. Mira now as well, being able to run himself away because Pantomime is out of mana. Obviously only level 3, so no overgrowth. You know, the Nature's Grasp as well doesn't have the mana for that. And Hoodwink could set up with a nut shot into the bushwhack if he really needs to get away. But for now, the Treant, he's just going to be fine. He's just going to be walking himself away. Gets that clarity as well, so as soon as Collapse gets back... Oh no, it gets cancelled. Okay, Mirror, getting something from Pantomime there, I guess.
So the offlaners are struggling. Good thing that both of the offlaners, Doom has a way to come back in with the net worth, with the Devour, and of course the Midas later on. And the Death Prophet is always going to be good at taking down towers. Objectives maybe Roche if Team Spirit don't get it before. So in that regard, these offlaners still have a chance, of course, to have some impact in the game. But this is a really detrimental start to them, especially to Collapse. When you're playing against the Treant and the Sniper, at any point in the lane you can die, especially now when the Shrapnel is level 2.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, look at Ench as well. He's so... Are the wards up in this? No, it's not. In fact, there is a Dire Sentry ward here on this camp, so Maposhka has to go into the Dire Triangle to try and find the Centaur. Gilga's moved forward, but the Centaur might be a little bit too far out. In fact, maybe not. The creeps might see this now as well. Gilga going to slow down, and they're going to go for Afterlife instead, but the Snowball immediately comes out, stops that Centaur stomp in its tracks. And Yatoro, he'd already moved himself away to the creeps. He said, I've wasted too much time not finding farm here, and he was already back trying to get those creeps last hits there as well.
Big thing that is coming up is the Zeus level 6. You can see that he has the mana. He has been keeping it here. Yeah. So he wants to be able to use that one. This now comes a point where the Sniper can die, even with the lane going so well for him. If Doom had 2 points in Scorched Earth, I actually think they would just run towards Munkushi. And even with only 1 level in it, the Sniper has to be increasingly careful now with the Zeus. I think a lot of heroes on the side of one move, if they want to live, they're going to be needing the raindrops.
Yeah, and you can see that Panther again up against Collapse. He's just happy to try and bully Collapse away from the last hit, so he isn't going to be able to find that quick level 4. He might be able to get it, but it looks like this... No, I wasn't denied it. Okay, the catapult on the Radiant side took down the other catapult, so that will be the level 4 here for the Doom. So let's see if they do want to get involved. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Miposhka going to be run down. There's going to be the Spirit Siphon coming out from Afterlife, but the enchant slows him down. Now Yatoro going to be able to get right on top of Afterlife. Afterlife not with a lot of mana left, and even with the raindrop here, it's still going to be one more right-click. The Snowball comes out. Yatoro going to be stunned. Do they have enough? It's going to be the Thunder Gods. It does come through to secure the kill. Always secure your kills here, as the Primal Beast trying to come in, and he will be able to get the kill onto Miposhka at least.
Even with the raindrop, it's gonna be enough damage. I mean, 300 damage, he had 100 HP, so obviously it's gonna be taking down only 120 damage is being blocked. Plus, Aincrad, he got forced to the bottom lane, he used his Arcane Rune. Laurel, actually, okay, he was respecting it enough, it seems like, with the Heavenly Jump, he can always get away.
And he's gonna get himself here, the one coming out for the Zeus as well. So if the Primal Beast wants to be using the tramples, wants to be using the onslaughts in the middle of the river, Zeus, he's always going to have that mana to sustain. He's got his mana boots as well. Do you think he goes for the quick shard, or is it Akaya, or is it even into the Ags that Law wants here in this lane?
He usually goes for Akaya.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen from him. He goes for Akaya, Bloodstone. Or sometimes just straight into a Bloodstone, depending on how he feels. Considering that his game is going super well, I wouldn't even mind a straight up Bloodstone. Okay, now he says Kaya is the one. It's usually that he gets. He goes Kaya, Bloodstone, Shard, or Kaya, Shard, Bloodstone.
Okay, and how's he? I mean, last hits, he is top of them, but net worth, he's a little bit behind, only by about 200 gold, and it is his own Ursa here on Yatoro that he's going to be behind as Snowball. Oh, they found the Enchantress. Does the Enchantress have enough? I don't think he has any points in the Nature's Attendant, so he's not going to be able to regen through that. Yeah, he just gets killed off, and Gilga gets a kill, but meanwhile, Lal, he's going to be able to take down Pantomime with a really nice rotation. Even gets a D-ward and gets the gold because of the lightning bolt from that there as well.
Both teams get a position 5, though I like that one move are putting the emphasis onto the Enchantress. Don't allow him to be on your side of the map. This is a good start. This is a good showing that they're putting their priorities straight. Also, even very nice play there with the Hurricane. He pushed himself out of the shards, but just not enough to survive.
Yeah, and at least, like I say, Yatoro this time, he's finding the free farm. He's got a hero that's going to be useful in this game. I'm never going to let that go, by the way. So, top lane, they are finding space here for Yatoro. So, the top lane, Collapse, the Assassinate comes out, but Collapse is still going to be left. He has that Stomp as well from the Centaur that he's devoured if he needs to use it, which he's going to do onto the Primal Beast. So, Primal Beast not going to be able to get in range of the Pulverize, but Pantom might be able to get the body blocks. Scorched Earth comes out, but the Pulverize will still be there, and Aincrad gets the kill.
The passive Midas just got delivered. There was a creep right next to him. But yep, see, as soon as we see one kill on one side, the other one dies on the other. Of course, this time, one move are gonna be a bit happier again, especially because of the passive Midas. But, you know, it does happen. Big thing now, Laurel again has his ulti, so it's gonna be Team Spirit that want to make a play around the mid lane as well, because the Treant Protector, the only way he helps with this one is with the living armor. You don't want to rotate, but he's thinking about it actually.
You can see that Mira as well. He's hanging around the furthest one forward near the trees. Immediate bushwhack comes off, so maybe a snowball initiation would have been enough. But Mira, you know, he's going to be fast. He's going to be able to get himself away. Pantomim's only level 5. Oh, the ice shards, it doesn't trap in the hoodwink there as well. So, yeah, Pantomim only level 5. He's not going to have the overgrowth just yet. And it would have been, I mean, Treants, we know how slow they are anyway. Even with the brown boots, it would have took him so long to get on top of the hoodwink there. The hoodwink would have just been back on his side of the river.
Yep, and Laurel finds the arcane rune, so now more than earlier he wants to use this one, and Aincrad needs to be careful actually. You know, with the Primal Beast you always feel super tanky, but the Zeus with 3 points in Lightning Bolt, he goes through you quite easily, and Aincrad gets pushed out. Team Spirit really want to emphasize this mid lane right now, especially with the siege creep being there though. They're not the greatest of lineups at pushing. Let's see if the Hellbear Smasher can change it.
Yeah, I mean, Gilga might come in. He's got the War Punch, so he might be able to take down this Hellbear a little bit quicker. The tower doing a decent job as well. But lol, he's TPing down to the bottom lane. They're going to try and get onto Aincrad. The Spirit Siphon comes out. He's already used the Heavenly Jump now. Where's that Sharpshooter? It's going to connect, and it's going to kill off Afterlife, sending him to the Afterlife. As Aincrad was just forced to run away from this bottom lane.
Laurel knows exactly what his job is in this game. It's bursting down of anyone who gets a little bit closer than they should, and he's always going to be there in fights. This is a perfect game for the way that Laurel likes playing the Zeus. I think that he's super happy with the hero that he has gotten in this one.
Yeah, we can see that usually again the Zeus, not a massive rotation hero. Not a big rotation ganker in my eyes, but this game, like I said, getting that early TP to the bottom lane, Gilga going to be in trouble as well. The snowball's going to be coming through back into the creep waves. Aincrad TPs himself in. Can they do the damage? And Gilga's going to get really down low, but the Thunder God's Wrath, the Sharpshooter misses. It's not going to be able to find the kill onto Gilga, but Laurel comes in with the jump, throws down the Lightning Bolt. The Wrath of God gets the kill there onto the Tusk.
And the mid lane tower falls. Even though Team Spirit aren't the greatest at ganking per se, they don't have the blink stun hero currently until the Doom gets it. This is very good for Miposhka to have access points to enter and leave the jungle. And now look at what Miposhka is doing. He's just being super annoying, giving all the vision in the world for his team that are using this space to go towards the top lane. In one move, they're not gonna see this coming. Huh? Actually, seems like they do. Nah.
Not with the smoke, they're not. No, and Pantomim, the lane has been pulled back. Sniper behind the tier 1 tower, but Mira, the smoke does break. They're going to be able to find him with a lightning bolt now as well. Pantomim might even lose his courier for this. Yeah, the courier doesn't move, so it is going to go down. And Pantomim, Sharpshooter comes through, and Lyle gets himself another kill. Snowball onto Mira. Mira, oh, the assassinate. It should be enough to get the kill onto the hoodwink. It will be. So it's going to be, again, a support for support trade, but Lol's going to be able to get himself in. Maybe not the pulverize. Going to be able to point blank, and you can see he's going to be turned on his head. Even the cloud turned upside down, and Lol gets killed off.
The bonus? Miposhka? Nah. Okay, that was a very smart TP from Munkushi. He TP'd from his tier 1 to tier 2 just to get himself into a better position. I was like, no, why is Gilgir TPing in? The sniper's TPing out. But no, Munkushi coming to the tower, coming to play. Because he understands if he's in a good position, there is nothing the Team Spirit can do about it. And they are, you know, Laurel might be doing a lot of damage, but his Heavenly Jump is level 1. So it's a very long cooldown that he won't be able to utilize.
Yeah, and I think as well, with the onslaught from the Primal Beast, the snowball there as well, I can see why he's kept it at level 1, because if he uses it and gets caught out, he's going to be chased down anyway. Yatoro, he's going to be moving back. Yeah, there is 3 heroes down here, so he does have to be careful. He's aware that there's a potential for the gank, but it's minute 13. He's already got that Battle Fury, so he's not too afraid to say, okay, I can leave the lane, I can go into the jungle, and I can find the farm that way. The lane at this point isn't really that important to the Ursa. Mira, Snowball's going to come in. He jumps himself back over the ice shards, but Snowball, Yatoro, he wants to get involved in the fight. Gilga getting solo. A couple more right clicks. He's going to be taken down. And Lol does secure the kill.
The thing was that Yatoro, he understands that he's super high in levels. Despite having the Battle Fury and wanting to farm, he wants to be close to fights. But now he doesn't have the ulti, and Aincrad is gunning him down.
Look at this, the Overgrowth was used to try and get the kill on Maposhka, but Munkushi wasn't able to catch up. Afterlife does get the kill onto Yatoro on the other side of the map, and Collapse, he's going to try and chase down, again, Hand of Midas, so he's going to be using it just to, no, the pushback comes out, they're going to be able to kill the tree. Tree's going to go down. Yeah, and Collapse, the Thunder God's Wrath even spots out onto the Zeus, so they know where Munkushi is, and he hasn't got a TP. You're right, the lightning bolts are starting to fly. They might go for this. Aincrad has to TP in to defend his carry, but the Bushwhack into the Sharpshooter. A lot of damage to break, though. Aincrad Snowball onto the Hoodwink. Hoodwink! It's going to go down, yeah. The Pulverize, it's going to be committed there just for the Hoodwink. And Munkushi does survive.
That was a genius move from Team Spirit, though. They forced out 4 TPs. That was a exorcism used on the bottom lane. Would have definitely taken down the tower. But with them diving in there, you could see how they were careful. They knew that the TPs were gonna come in. One move had to do it, otherwise their sniper is dead. So they're poking. In the end, once they TP, you leave a support and you just get out. Who cares?
Yeah, look at this as well. Maposhka, he tried to trade up against the sniper, but the sniper, he's just gonna be... Maposhka has to go for the TP.
No points in Untouchable. I don't know how he thought that one was gonna go.
Yeah, he was very much touched there by the sniper's bullets, and even when the pop came out from the take aim, so obviously you get the headshot, 100% headshot duration, though, in the jungle. Pulverized now as well, Yatoro, he's got that enrage, but it doesn't matter. Aincrad gets the kill. Even if he was going to be able to get it off, you know, the Assassinate comes through a decent amount of burst damage there as well. And yeah, one move, again, really nice kill onto the Ursa.
Very nice usage of the spells as well, not to allow him to pop the Enrage.
Yeah.
He thought for a second there he could get away with it, but the Onslaught plus one more Trample actually brought him down, despite pushing him over the shards.
Yeah, and Munkushi now, with the Catapult in this wave, will be able to get this tier 1 on the top lane. No protecting. You see Gilgir in the trees as well, just scouting up for any potential TPs. He's just going to be going straight for a blink. He wants the kickback. He wants that Aghanim Scepter there as well to separate Spirit. Now, Overgrowth, though, Lyle could be in trouble. Lyle is going to be in trouble. There's going to be a really nice Pulverize to get the kill, but Yatoro immediately gets the revenge kill, and Yatoro with a double kill. So they're going to be able to trade out a tier 1, it looks like, for a tier 1.
One move are playing faster paced Dota. A lot faster than we saw from them in the first 3 games they played in the tournament. The last one, they're really just stomping Team Spirit, so you can't really judge from that one. So they got their confidence. Thing is, Spirit are also playing fast, even faster than them. So they're making sure that they're always bringing in the numbers. Larl dies, but Yatoro is always there to help, and I like this. You know, usually when you get the battlefield, you don't want to be involved in fights, but Ursa, when he has such a good start to the game and is so high in levels, you can always contribute so much into fights, especially in against this kind of an lineup that has no hard lockdown really for you.
On top lane as well, we get a repeat of Bambi here. The Hunter taking down Bambi's mum. Enchantress goes down. Munkushi claims the kill. And Sniper, let's take a look. I mean, 8.6k net worth, so he is keeping up with this Battle Fury Ursa. Like I say, the Ursa isn't just dedicated to farming. He is getting involved in these fights, but the fact that the Sniper is keeping up as well. What's he? 2-0-6 in terms of kills, deaths, and assists. And he didn't even go for the Maelstrom. He's gone for the Dragonlance into the BKB. Straight Hurricane Pike here for Munkushi.
Big problem for one move lineup. Their offlaner got destroyed just as Collapse did, but their offlaner didn't get the towers down, and Collapse farmed his ass off. And now Collapse is topping the network chart, whereas your DP is just someone to get absolutely demolished.
Yeah, the Assassinate once again, they get the kill into Maposhka. Collapse gets the Doom. There's going to be the Thunder God's Wrath. That should be the death of the Assassinate. The Schooner, the Sharpshooter's going to miss. Lyle gets the kill onto Gilgir. Now Collapse will take down Pantomim, and Lyle gets killed off by Munkushi. Afterlife, trying to do what he can with the Spirit Siphon. It actually looks like Aincrad, he's surviving through the Doom. He wants to get himself back in this fight. He has a bottle charge. He's going to try and dive in now as well. They see out Yatoro with that Assassinate, and Collapse even with the double damage. He has to get himself out of this. He can't come back into the fight, so the Doom, with the Doom, didn't take down Aincrad. He was able to turn around. They didn't secure the kill, and he comes right back in.
Tell me, Rob, did Mira hit one sharpshooter in this game? Okay,
yeah.
He did on the bottom lane where he killed the DP, but that's about it, right? He's missed most of them, and it has cost them more than just kills. Now it's gonna cost them a tower and possibly a Rosh, and you're an Ursa lineup. This cannot happen, you know. It's just not that hard to hit. You hit it immediately just to do enough damage, and then you go back. So, you know, the Mira hasn't been on point, which is weird to say, because this guy is always consistently good.
Yeah, And like you say now, this Roche, it's been uncontested. The Ursa only just respawned. And Death Prophet, I mean, like you say, they didn't get the tower, didn't get the greatest start in the world. They scan out onto the Roche now. There's no Thunder God's Wrath for the next 45, so they're not even in any real danger here, one move. And all of a sudden, this game, 15-13, a 4K net worth lead for Team Spirit, but it seems like one move setting the pace.
Yep, the most important fight of the game so far does go their way, right? Because of it, Mankushi gets towards the top of the network chart. Thing is, they're still losing. Of course, Doom has a lot of a role to play in there, but it's still gonna be hard to get the Death Prophet and the Sniper to work together in this game.
Yeah, oh, it looks like they've caught out onto the train at least, but no real follow-up there. Collapse, lol, aren't close. And I don't know if Team Spirit, again, with an Aegis, they really don't want to fight into this.
Yeah, once the Sniper rotates over, you don't want to do it. You want to fight when the Death Prophet and the Sniper are not together. When they're together holding arms, they're currently, at this point of the game, way too strong for you to just jump them. You don't have the damage necessary to burst down one of them, or even if you do, the Sniper is gonna have enough damage to take you down. You cannot escape. So Team Spirit, they understand it, and they're just trying to poke for a fight when the Sniper is on the other side of the map. But you can see how well one move are moving around, because as soon as the Sniper shows, they're moving a little bit more towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Yatoro there, his spidey sense is tingling. Getting that blink away. There was a rotation from 3-4 heroes on the side of one move. They're going to go for another smoke as well. They know roughly where a couple of heroes are in their own triangle. They might, well, they know where Yatoro is as well, because they just tried to gank him. So some separation on the side of Team Spirit. It looks like one move, even with the Sniper not being there, pushing onto this tier 1. And he's going to be able to take it with the catapult here as well. One move they want to punish. And, ooh, the blink collapse. Quick fingers, but there's still going to be the jump in. Anything to stop this TP, collapse, he's just going to be away.
The Walrus Punch was closed there, Miposhka.
Oh, the Overgrowth comes out, they're going to be able to at least kill off onto... Yeah, Enchantress goes down, so consolation kill there.
At least something, again, I like that one move. At least they are making sure that this Enchantress is not bothering them. Of course, this smoke, it took them a long time. It's going to give a little bit of more of a net worth lead to Team Spirit, but it doesn't matter. You're pushing them out of your side of the map. You are still the ones dictating the tempo. As long as that is happening, one move have a chance of winning another great team fight and getting a tier 2, and that is when they really open up the map for themselves. So one move, every single move they make right now, every single kill, it has one goal: get a tier 2, most likely the one on the bottom lane. That's the easiest one to take.
Yeah, and they are starting to move down now. Mira might be spotted. Gilga's going to come through the bushwhack though. It connects onto Tusk. Tusk, he's going to be fine. He's got a snowball as well. Ice shards fly through, but aren't going to be able to spot out onto the Hoodwink. Hoodwink, he's already away. He's in the trees. He's hiding himself out. He's trying to make sure he doesn't get caught out. Mira, he might even try and throw... Okay, maybe a bit of mistake. Didn't throw the acorn shot before the bushwhack, so neither spell having an effect there. Mira spotted now the assassinate. He's caught out behind enemy lines, but they cancel the assassinate. They're not going to go for him. And the more time he wastes behind enemy lines here, the better it is. Because Team Spirit is split up, the better this is for one move.
He knew that Shrapnel wasn't hitting on him any longer, so he canceled it out. But now he doesn't have to cancel it out because the Blink Dagger isn't going to be there. But still, the Hoodwink is super hard to catch, and if it's not the Primal Beast and the Tusk there, it's going to be very hard to get on top of him.
Yeah, Aincrad has to pop the BKB in the mid lane, but the Silencer comes out. The Zeus going to go for the TP, nothing to disrupt this, but it does force out the TP there from the Zeus, so at least forcing him back to base after this, the Exorcism is used. So they might try and get a little bit of aggression with this Exorcism onto one of the tier 2s. Like you say, they are starting to apply pressure to the tier 2s. A little bit here onto the tier 2 bottom, but the fortification is now up. Creep Wave pushing in. Sniper, Afterlife, yeah. With this Exorcism being about 3/4 of the way through, it's not going to be massive, especially with this fortification, but it is still a start.
Yep, it is, but Larl with that play just kind of foiled the plans of one move. If they get a kill and it doesn't go as fast, it's fine, but it is a problem that the Exorcism gets used for basically nothing.
Yeah, Aincrad, he picks up Mira, so a little bit of squirrel hunting coming through, and the Primal Beast able to claim the kill, and now, again, tier 2 tower being opened up. Mankushi just going to be able to sit there and plink away at this tower.
Will smoke into smoke action, but the sniper isn't going to be in the vicinity. This is a problem for one move.
Really nice kill though. Yeah, Spirit sets it up onto Gilga. The silence comes out onto the Zeus. So the Zeus doesn't have a way to purge this one off. Sniper, he TP's back. I mean, 14 seconds left on the Aegis, so he can't be caught out, but he wants to get involved. The Thunder God's Wrath comes out, and they're going to be able to spot onto Aincrad now as well. Aincrad, can he get himself away? The Doom's going to be used. Primal Beast, he's looking for the run, but the Infernal Blade now as well. He's not going to be able to get himself away from this one. Even with the heals coming through, it looks like it's still going to be a kill. Yeah, and Yatoro, he picks that one up.
There is a danger of catching more as well. Pantomime, okay, gets into the trees just in time and even leaves a ward. But there's the thing. That Larl move in the mid lane opened up everything of this because it defended the tier 2 in the bottom lane. And then one move, they were way too slow to go for that move towards the mid lane because the tower wasn't falling. Sniper even TPs to the mid lane. That was actually dangerous for him for a second. If they get on top of him, kill him once, there's a good chance you kill him another time as well. So when they're disconnected one move, it's a problem and their heroes are not fast. And this is the lacking of their lineup. That is why that tier 2 is so important to fall. They need the outpost advantage.
Yeah, and one move can't forget now. I mean, Ursa, he's died a couple of times. He's not really been shown in these fights, but one move have to remember, the Fuzzy Wuzzy is still a furry scurry here coming into this match, and he's got the Blink Dagger now as well, so the jump potential from the side of Team Spirit, if they can get on top of the Sniper, if they can get on top of the Death Prophet, he has the potential to blow these two up really quickly, and there's not a lot they can do to try and escape from it.
It's still one move. They have a BKB on the Sniper, they have their timings, but it's just so hard to find the fight.
Well, Yatoro, there's going to be the Walrus Punch up now as well into the pulverized BKB. Pop from Aincrad to make sure he's not disrupted. Do they have enough to kill? Yatoro, no, he's going to be able to take down Gilga. One more swipe, he gets the kill. And now the chase is on Sharpshooter, but there's going to be a get down, Mr. President, as the train going to be in the way. The right click's coming through from Munkushi though, trying to force Collapse back. Collapse, he just pops the BKB, and Pantomime going to be chased down. Overgrowth comes out, but he still gets killed off. And now the Exorcism going to be used. Collapse could be in a little bit of trouble, but the Force Staff, Collapse, does he want to turn around? No, Doom for the next 30 seconds, and Doom might be sent to his doom as Afterlife gets the kill.
Heroish is not up. You used the Exorcism, you used the 9-second BKB. Yatoro didn't go for his BKB. Again, a great fight for Team Spirit. Yes, you do lose a core, it's a very farmed one, but it's not really that big of a deal because as soon as he's back up, you can go for a move. He's gonna have his doom as well. And if the Roche spawns early now, it's gonna be a big problem for one move because they are in no position to take a fight.
Yeah, ultimates are down, like you say, the BKB for the next 47 seconds. It is going to be a 35 at least second respawn, at least on the Ursa, so that BKB might be back up, but like you say, already down to 8 seconds there, and every second can count for the Sniper in these fights.
For sure, especially against the Zeus. You know, even the AoE damage that is not pointed directly at you is going to be problematic for the Sniper. He would like to win the fight with the BKB and then chase on forward when it gets used up. That's the idea, but it's not always possible to make it happen. Does Pantomime have a blink? I don't like that the Treant Protector doesn't have a blink. That's your big AoE spell that needs to keep people in place. I think it's very important for him to have it, and he's going for a pipe. If you're just staying in the back, Zeus will go through your HP at some point. It doesn't matter if you have the added magic resistance.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about one move being in control of this game, but we look at the net worth, it's 8k in favor of Team Spirit, so even if they've not been winning every fight, because of Collapse with this Hand of Midas as well as the Devour, Yataro here with the Battle Fury, both of those heroes top of the net worth, above the Sniper. Zeus, he's a little bit behind the Sniper here, but this still means, you know, the overwhelming gold difference is going to be going the way of Team Spirit, and it's on the heroes you want it to be on as well.
One move were dictating how the game goes. It never was the case that they were ahead, that they were feeling super confident. They were the ones that were making moves because that's what their lineup was good at. But they weren't threatening the side of Team Spirit. Still, Team Spirit wasn't able to make a nice move happen while the BKBs were down. So now it's one move that they're gonna go for a play. And with the Ursa TPing out, they can catch some people here on the retreat.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to get the dive. I mean, Gilga, he's got that blink. Who's going to be able to catch out? Snowball onto Miposhka. Miposhka, the Walrus Punch. Well, that's going to be a slow one as the Thunder God's Wrath comes out, so it's going to be an immediate kill there. But they do take down the Hoodwink. But Yeah, Gilgit goes down before he can kill Miposhka, and Miposhka, with the Nature's Attendants, will just be able to get himself up to back to full health, and all of a sudden, one move, it was a really nice initiation. They just couldn't get anything from it. They do take the Hoodwink eventually, but it's going to be the trade-off for the Tusk.
If the Tusk ever gets this Aghanim Scepter, the game will be problematic for Team Spirit. Up until then, if Team Spirit continue with good positioning, it's not easy for one move. And Spirit are going for a fast smoke.
Yeah, they want to make something happen now as well. They've got that advantage with the Roche being up, and they know roughly where the side of one move are going to be. The jump in, but Aincrad, he's got that BKB. The Doom doesn't come out from the Doom. It collapse, but they're going to be able to get the damage off now as well. And yeah, Yatoro, Overgrowth comes through, but Yatoro is going to be able to still chase down onto Aincrad. Aincrad can only run himself away. Lol will be killed off, but Yatoro, he pops that BKB. The Walrus Punch comes out, but he just says, okay, you want to be my next meal? Then I'll take you down. The Polar Bear taking down the Walrus. Yatoro, the Force Staff comes out. There's going to be the dive in from Aincrad, and they get the kill. They take down the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Collapse, he has to run up, but the Nature's Grasp going to be slowing him down. Can he get himself out? Exorcism still chasing. He gets the blink away, though. He even stops for a quick bite before he does TP out.
What greed coming out from him, but he's gonna be fine with that one. Bad initiation from Team Spirit. It was very unfortunate how they came to the trees there, and then one move were able to pop out the BKB on Aincrad. Sure, they found the sniper, but they used the Doom, they used the Ursa, and they left their Zeus in the backlines. If the Ursa is used as Enrage and as BKB, and the sniper is dead, you don't have a constant output of damage because the Ursa can easily be kited. That's why one move in the end, they're the ones that win this fight. They're gonna be pretty happy with it considering that the Doom was used. Now they can continue playing around this ward of theirs that is close to the Roche pit and keep denying that second Roche to the Ursa, which is very important, especially because of the shard.
And you can see here the Zeus, he's already got himself the Blade coming out now as well, so gonna have extra effect on someone like the Sniper, who is going to be relying a lot on those right clicks. So if you can get the E-Blade off onto Munkushi, stop those right clicks from coming out, and then burst him down after the BKB, Munkushi might be in for a little bit of a harder time in these fights now. But one move, they are going to be moving towards the Roche pit. Ursa's still down for the next couple of seconds. How quickly can one move do it? Not quick at all. The Bushwhack comes out. They know this is happening now, Spirit, and they can make a move towards it as well. You can see that Ursa, he's already TP'd himself in. He wants to try and maybe clear off this wave, put the pressure onto the side of one move's map, and then maybe look to the fight here with the rest of his team.
Okay, one move. The one thing that they expend there is the ward. I don't like that. That one was never gonna stay there, but they thought they would be able to take down the Roche. Kind of an optimistic move. In the end, it doesn't work out, but they're still controlling the area around the pit. And this is gonna continue going that way. So Team Spirit are trying to switch things up, to push in the side lanes in their favor because their heroes can do it. And you see, they're sending the Doom. They're very good at spamming. That is pretty big at Team Spirit. So they're sending the Doom. They show him on the bottom lane. They push out the wave. And now they can get themselves together and go for a smoke, hoping that one move maybe send the hero somewhere to the side lanes as well.
Thunder God's Wrath is going to be scouting out, so seeing where one move are, and he's not got, so lol, I'm looking, he's not got that Ag Scepter, so he's not going to have the Nimbus to drop there as well to follow up from the Thunder God's Wrath, you know, in these fights if he needs to drop it. But for now, it's just to keep an eye on where one move are. It's still going to be, you know, it's a long cooldown to use as a scouting spell. 125 seconds at level 2. But this might be the information Team Spirit need to get a jump and make something happen.
Oh, nice smoke break coming out from Pantomime. Team Spirit, their move hasn't worked out, but one move, it's hard for them to go to low ground either way.
Yeah, the Sharpshooter, it's going to be dodged off by the Snowball. And immediately, yeah, just broken, and one move are going to be fine with that. So a Sharpshooter used there, the Thunder God's Wrath's down. They do still have the Doom, they do still have, you know, Yatoro if they want to make a dive, but for the minute, one move are more than happy with how Spirit is spending the spells.
Yep, and the lanes now are pushing towards Team Spirit, so they're the ones that need to react to those. And actually, Laurel doesn't even get to push out the bottom lane, so one move can be slightly more aggressive knowing where their enemies are.
Yeah, and the tree in the Roche pit, Thunder God's Wrath, 48 seconds away. Sharpshooter will be up in the next couple, though. And this is both teams, they want this Roshan. They don't want the other side to get it as well. And slowly, one move, they're just trying to... Oh, okay, never mind. Munkushi, he's taking the Roche bashes outside of the pit, but Exorcism's going to be out now. The tag team's there as well. They even get the Pulverize. They're going to be able to get the lockdown onto Hoodwink. Hoodwink's dead. Yeah, so he dives in. He pops that BKB. Yeah, it's going to be the buyback for the Hoodwink. And you can see Collapse on the back lines. He's got that Lotus up, but he's not going to be able to throw out the Doom just yet. Snowball. It's going to be going back onto Gil. It's going to be a really nice pushback onto a couple of heroes now as well. Collapse, he gets in. He gets the Doom off. It's going to be onto the Sniper now as well. So Sniper's going to be taken down. He has no buyback. Miposhka going to be the target for Ankrad. Ankrad, can he do the damage? Can he get the kill? Yataro now as well into the Pulverize. The Snowball will be the follow-up. They might be able to get the kill onto the Ursabur. Ursabur, no! The Thundergod, he keeps him alive for a little bit longer. He will eventually go down. Ankrad, though, will follow. It's going to be a 4-man. Will it be a 5-man wipe going the way of Team Spirit? They get all 5 heroes.
Oh man, I actually can't believe that Munkushi is so greedy that he buys the Blitz Knuckles and the Shadow Amulet not to have a buyback. You are in control of the outpost. You're in control in the Roach Pit a little bit more than your enemies are. And just by not having that buyback, you lose the fight. Imagine if they doom the Sniper and he immediately buys back, comes into the fight. The fight is just over. That Ursa doesn't turn around. He just dies. And there's a good chance that every single one of the cores of one boom survives, and they're the ones running down Team Spirit. So that was really weird. You know, the Ursa didn't have a buyback either, but I'm gonna argue Abyssal Blade is much better than the items that you're just gonna be keeping in your backpack.
Yeah, now Gilga's gonna TP away. The jump in onto Miposhka again. I mean, the Walrus Punch is slowed down because Miposhka now does have the 2 points into the Untouchable. Collapse has the Boots of Trial as well, so he can immediately respond onto Miposhka's creep, and Gilga gets killed off.
Roche is still up, so one move haven't lost that one. The thing is, they don't have the exorcism, and Team Spirit are just gonna run towards it. I think after the previous fight, if one move just let go of the Roche, it's most likely game over. So I wouldn't be surprised, even against all odds, if they go for that move, because this is the time for Team Spirit. Second Roche, Ursa lineup, this is when you win the game. And one move, yeah, they're going for it. They have to. It's just a necessity if you want to stay in this game.
Yeah, and you can see now that, they say the smoke coming out. Gilga still going to be 8 seconds away, but Roshan, look at how quickly this is being taken down. BKBs, do they want to try and pop this? Aincrad's already popping his BKB. The Assassinate comes out. They do get the kill onto Mira, so a little bit of squirrel hunting, but Aincrad's going to pay with his life. You see now the Abyssal Blade, the damage coming through from the Zeus as well. One more right click, Thunder God's Wrath. Anything? Finish the kill! It's 2 seconds away on the Thunder Gods. Does he want to try and drop it out? He does. And eventually he's going to be able to get the kill onto Aincrad. And now the
Sniper
Doom
found.
once again onto the Sniper. The Infernal Blade as well. And that's going to be the death of Munkushi. And now it's all up to Team Spirit. They are going to lose the Aegis, but it's going to be up to Spirit to clean up on this fight. Pantomim, he's trying to do his best to snowball, trying to keep Afterlife alive, but he's just going to be rolling into the Afterlife. He tries to get himself away with a blink, but the chase is still on, and Yataro's going to be there to clean up again. Another 5-man wipe, but maybe not. Afterlife, he's got the move speed, so he's going to be able to get himself away, and Yataro just says, I'm not actually that hungry. And they move themselves towards the bottom lane, maybe looking for, into the dire triangle for some more farm, and maybe then into another couple of tier 2s.
The exorcism gives you the added movement speed, even though it has expired. If all of the ghosts are not back in you just yet, you still have the added movement speed. One of the reasons why Afterlife survived there. But I actually thought Team Spirit, after they got the Roche, they might decide not to fight that one. But yeah, it's Team Spirit. They know how to maneuver around the fight. Their communication is very good, and you could see that the fight was all around, but everyone was doing their job perfectly. Yeah,
and now, I mean, the side of one move are going to be respawning, getting themselves back into the game as well. But it's just... it's just snowballing off the creeps. Yeah, Lal, he's going to be going back, so he does complete now. He's got that Octarine core, he's got his Blink Dagger, going back for the Ag Scepter as well. Yataro, like you say, the Abyssal Blade, the BKB. The BKB is only down, it's down to 6 seconds, but... does he want to... He's already got the shard, yeah, he wants a refresher orb on Yataro.
Yep, understandably. You are playing against the Treant. You want the double enrage, you want the double BKB. You just want to be able to purge that one off. You could go for an Aghanim Scepter and a Satanic, but I think this is just easier. He sees that he has enough damage to kill anyone he jumps on, so you don't need anything more. You just need more duration in your BKB. You just can't die. That's one thing. The Sniper doesn't do damage into the BKB. Now with the Silver Edge, he might a little bit, but most of his damage comes from headshots, which is physical damage, but does not pierce spell immunity. So, having the extra 6 seconds on the BKB, I think Cursa, that's a really good choice from Yatoro.
Yeah, and we can see that, like you say, the Sniper Munkushi with the Silver Edge, he wants to go into the Butterfly next. but at the minute, the Doom is just finding those jumps onto the Sniper, getting the Doom off. He's saving it for Munkushi as well. So Sniper, his positioning needs to be absolutely pinpoint perfect in these next couple of fights to make sure Collapse can't get the jump to the back lines, can't get the jump off and the Doom off onto Munkushi. Otherwise, Thunder God's Wrath just to scout them out again.
It's hard to keep yourself hidden because your team needs the damage to kill anyone important. Ursa just comes forward and he's gonna kill one of your teammates if you don't show yourself. Second you show yourself, there's a Doom to jump on you. So this makes it very uncomfortable to play.
Oh, the BKB is going to be coming through. They're trying to get the jump onto Yatoro, though. Yatoro, he's still going to be able to survive. The Enrage comes through. They're going to be able to clean up Snowball, but it's only going to keep him alive for so much longer. In fact, that's going to be the refresh coming through from Yatoro, so he can come back in with another BKB. Afterlife taking a lot of damage. The Overgrowth comes through, but it looks like, yeah, no, the cleanup again. They're going to be able to go on to Pantomim and just take him down.
Yatoro can jump into 3 heroes and they have to run away from him.
Yeah.
While they are running away from him, a Sniper, if he thinks about showing, he just dies. Again, happened in this fight as well. Collapse, he's just saving every Doom for the Sniper. He doesn't care about the spells. He just wants to make sure that this hero is dead. And then suddenly one move. They don't even have nearly enough damage to do anything.
Yeah, and you can see that Yatoro, with that refresh on the refresher, didn't even use the second charge of the BKB. So if something happens now, I mean, Sniper's dead for 20 seconds, Treant's dead for 20 seconds. You do have the buyback on the Tusk as well as the Death Prophet. And if they want to try something, maybe, but he's still going to have that BKB. He's still going to have the Enrage. He gets the extra Enrage as well from that shard on the Earthshock as well. So extra 1.5 seconds every time he uses the Enrage. And he's even going to go for a Swift Blink to be able to get the extra attack speed off when the Swift Blink comes out. You're just getting the face, throw it down, the Fury swipes. And they've taken a lane of racks, they've taken another tier 3, and one move just couldn't respond. And I don't know now, like you say, because the Sniper has to hide himself, but he needs to be doing the damage, how one move can fight into this team.
They don't have burst damage. The quick answer is they can't. You need to make sure that one of the supports from Team Spirit dies at the start of the fight, and then you're just hoping for the best without usage of anything. You need to use the Death Prophet, Spirit Siphon. It's just so hard. I think Ghost Scepters are a necessity so that the Ursa can get kited around for such a long time. The problem, of course, lies in it. Look at the difference in gold. Even if you would get multiple Ghost Scepters, I don't think Yatoro, it would be any kind of problem for him to get a fast nullifier, given how much of a gold lead they have.
Holy crap, Gilgia shows and completely disappears after that snowball to try and push out this lane. And yeah, Yatoro, yeah, you saw that. I mean, there was a hero behind. There was a couple of heroes behind Gilgia there, and they're just like, we don't want any part of that. You made your own bed. You need to lie in it.
At least, you know, one move in this game for me, they were close to making their lineup work. If the tier 2 on the bottom had fallen, if there were no moves from Team Spirit to delay that, I don't say that they were gonna win, but they were doing what their lineup was designed to do. So I'm happy. I think they should be happy with their performance in this game in particular. In the previous game, I think Team Spirit didn't play up to their potential, but in this one, I think one move played their best game of the tournament, even though they're getting stomped right now and don't have a chance.
Sniper, gone. Death Prophet, doomed. Inkrad, well, he's trying to bounce himself around. The Walrus Punch does come through, but the double bash work again. He might be able to get the kill. Death Prophet's trying to get himself into the base, trying to keep himself alive, but Collapse, he's got his own refresher. He's going to be able to get himself off the double doom. They get the kill. Yatoro gets the jump onto Gilgia. He's only just come back alive, and now the doom. He's used that refresh. Does he want to try and turn it around? Get the ultimate off for the second time, but with the refresher, and again, Yatoro on the backlines. Sniper's just going to disappear. Again, one more right click. The Thunder God's Wrath not even needed. The lightning bolt cleans him up, and now they can just go. And again, Team Spirit, it looks like they're getting close to that fountain farm, and that's going to be the death of 4. Can they make it 5 with this fountain? Did you want to even go for it? Yeah, Yataro's in. Full 5-man wipe comes out, and so does the GG.
Yeah, Yatoro gets a triple-double in that fight, but no rampage, because there was a lot of time between the 3rd and the 4th kill. But yeah, when you get to a point with this kind of a lineup and you haven't established a nice map control, you are gonna feel the wrath of the enemy team. I like how Team Spirit drafted. I like how they played, but I also have to praise one move once more, because they did everything they should. The execution might not have been the best at times, but you know it happens. If you have a good idea of how to play your lineup, you just get the little things sorted out, then you're gonna be a good team. And I think this is finally a good showing for them in the Eastern European DPC.
Yeah, and it does give them a little bit of confidence moving forward, but team spirit, they take the victory, and in this series, that is all that matters here for them. They are going to be the first winners of the day, guys. We do have another 2 series to come, and it is going to be Betboom versus Hellraisers, I do believe is the next game, if I'm correct, which not usually am, but for now, we are going to be taking a break. We'll see you for the second series in probably about 15 minutes or so. So get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink, hang around, and we'll be back with the second series right after this.
GB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get
look at the MMR. And I think I already touched upon this in some previous casts, but I'm going to say it again. Eastern Europe, for me, disregarding Liquid, you know, or today's Nigma on their TI win, but in Eastern Europe, higher ranked teams, when you just get players who have the highest of ranks, work out. In other regions, not always, right? But in Eastern Europe, and when they're winning, these guys will be winning in competitive games as well, because they tend to be super aggressive in the early mid game and use their superior skill to crush you. Disregarding Liquid, you know, or today's the idea of Dota in the region. So I think that there is a lot of potential in this team, but this is their real test. You just get there playing against the highest of Solo, who's the most experienced captain. In other regions in the Eastern Europe, not always, they know how to Eastern Europe. They know how to play. I think these guys will be winning in competitive games as well, because they tend to be super aggressive. Eastern Europe, for me, use their
yeah, and that is going to be up to Hellraisers to figure out. We already saw Betboom play a couple of days ago up against DC, and
there is a lot of
again, going back to what Gary said when he was actually watching the match. It just looked like Betboom was playing with food. It was a 39-minute match, a 33-minute match, but Betboom never really looked like he was giving up control inside of Betboom. And yeah, so it is going to be a little bit more to Hellraisers for Hellraisers to try and sort Betboom out a couple of days ago up against DC. And it's not again, going back to what Gary said when he was at the match, he likes to play miracles, it just looked like sometimes he's got that wave. It was a 39-minute match, I think Betboom never really looked like he was giving. I mean, Hellraisers is again a pro, and yeah, so it is going to be a little bit more in the region for Hellraisers to try and Betboom how to go up against DC. And in the series, it's not against going back to what Gary said when he was at he likes to play miracles, it just looked like sometimes he's got that wave. It was a 39-minute match, I think 33-minute match, Betboom never really looked like he was giving. I mean, Hellraisers is again a pro, so it is going to be a little bit more in the region for Hellraisers to try and Betboom how to go up against DC. And in the series, it's not against going back to what Gary said when he was at he likes to play miracles, it just looked like sometimes he's got that wave. It was a 39-minute match, I think 33-minute match, on the Nature's Prophet, you know, the Naga Sirens being able to just create space for him, buying that time to find the farm and get the big items out. Are you expecting here Betboom to respect that, maybe go for a ban, but also look to try and target down onto Dahak?
Ooh, it's a tough one. I'm expecting them to respect it, right? I think Toronto Tokyo is a reasonable guy when it comes to drafting. He tends to maybe, you know, be we can do it, but no reason to risk it. Maybe they let it through one game just to see if they have what it takes to play against it. But in my mind, there is no reason to give Hellraisers to enable pretty much every single one of their players, because that's what the Hawk does on the Nature's Prophet. But on the other hand, if you beat it, every single time that Hellraisers are playing against you, they're gonna be shaking in their boots, and they're gonna be very, very scared to pick up their strongest hero. So there's good and bad things to doing so, but I don't think that DPC, in particular the league, is the time and place to break your opponents. You do that on lands. Yeah,
and we are waiting for the draft, everybody. You know, it's going to be starting shortly. We're just waiting for, it appears, one more webcam to be turned on the side of Hellraisers, then we'll be able to get ourselves into the draft. So not too far away from starting. Looking at what, I mean, because this is Betboom's second series in the DPC, so there's going to be a little bit more information. You know, this is going to be Hellraisers' third, so there is one more match, one more series. Betboom, again, the joke is that they put on the Christmas show so they could scout out their opponents as well, coming into the DPC, inviting the majority of those. So they are going to have some tape, some information to look back on. Last series, Hellraisers, like I said, the Nagasarum coming out, the Snipers coming out in one of the games, even bringing out the LC to try and deal with the Brood, which they did. They dealt with that Brood in the first series up against One Move absolutely beautifully. So do you think that now that Hellraisers know they can deal with it, do you expect them, not expect them, but do you think there's the opportunity for Hellraisers to let through the Broodmother and maybe try and catch Betboom off guard again like they did against One Move?
I think Hellraisers are a team that I think you're not gonna out-strategize them. So even if they let you have it, I'm not sure you should do it. I think Betboom, on the other hand, you know, you can just go for the best heroes in the meta, and considering that you're doing well in pubs, you're probably going to do so in competitive games, considering the type of team that you are. But I'm not sure how Hellraisers feel. You have beaten it against a team that you deemed weaker than you. I think that Hellraisers, even though it might not be the best mentality, every single one of them understands that they're going up against some beast players. So it's a tough one, right? Only if solo is 100% certain. If they pick this one, we're gonna crush them. Then you can let it through. But they have a first pick, so you know they could pick it up themselves.
That is true. If they want to be picking this one up, maybe forcing the ban, because either the Rubik, the Treant, the Broodmother here from what we saw in that last series, so it might potentially be the Broodmother that does get through. Betboom, do they fear the? They do fear the Broodmother just a little bit more. Hellraisers. Do they want to pick up the Rubik, though? Yeah, almost immediately. And at the minute, this hero just being so good on the lane, being able to transition into the fight as well. The fact that it has some great right-click damage to be able to trade, and then the Fade Bolt there as well to get an extra advantage up against the other support in the lane, even up against, you know, the core that they're playing against. This hero, the Rubik at the minute, just looks so strong, and being able to have a respect ban, like the Nature's Prophet, allowing you in that first pick to get it out, yeah, you take it every single time.
Betboom immediately with them picking up the silencer, to me it's saying we want to have stronger team fight. And you know, it's a statement. We want to fight. We just want to be able to, whenever we have our cooldowns, to go into a battle with you, and we're just gonna outplay you. So I'm okay with that. I think they have the capability to pull it off. Coming back to the Rubik, I think it's powerful, but I think this hero is the most powerful in Team Spirit's hands, just because they're so good at using it on both position 4 and 5. In Hellraisers, it's fine. Antares, he's a good Rubik player, but it's just not as scary of a first pick as it is when I see Team Spirit picking it up.
Yeah, and we'll see. Do you expect the Hellraisers to go for the Centaur as well? Because we know again how good of a combination. Or do you think it's actually going to be Hellraisers putting their own spin on this Rubik offlane?
I think Centaur is actually quite okay, because you can go Stampede, jump in, and then if the Global Silence comes out, you run out. If it doesn't, you can just burst someone down. Plus, it lanes super well with Rubik, so I wouldn't hate it, really. You do want some burst damage when playing against the Death Prophet. Centaur brings that as well. Silencer, if he gets caught in the lane, lifted up into Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, he's dead as well. So I would be okay with seeing it, but Miero isn't really like super stoked on the Centaur, I think, as much as Collapses.
Yeah, looking at the signature heroes that Mero likes to pick up, you know, the Mars, the Timbersaw, the Doom, according to Liquipedia. We look at what they've picked up so far as well. In the DPC, they've played on the side of Hellraisers. The OD actually coming out for Hellraisers. It's going to be the Sniper, so more than likely going to be the Hack Sniper. He does like to play that one.
Yep. More vision during nighttime. Very good at defending towers. Right now, you just need some AoE stun, AoE lockdown, wait to start the fight. I like this. I think it's smart because it's most likely going to be getting banned out, and it immediately gives you a strong laning phase, and I think that's important. Sniper is very hard to deal with in the laning phase, especially if it's a Death Prophet. You know, what is she gonna do? Run towards you until she gets close to you. You've already taken a huge chunk of her HP down, so she has to stop. So I'm okay with it, but still potential for Betboom to switch it up to the mid lane is still there.
Yeah, Pugna. We've seen a couple of Pugnas coming out, and Hellraiser's banning that one off. Yo, it's one of the heroes that still surprises me when it comes out, because it's not all that popular even in niche strategies, I don't even think... Did it win the last time we saw it? And now again,
It won for Betboom. It won for
Did it?
Betboom twice.
Okay.
Save is just a god on it, and you take it out. Right, you just take it out. You don't want to deal with it. You know, we saw Mira. He's consistent, but he's not as mechanically gifted as Save is. So Save on this hero is just stupidly good. You just don't give it to him. Just don't do it.
And they even take out the Hoodwink. Because the Hoodwink, again, last time Betboom, it did up against VP. They did pick the Hoodwink twice. So, yeah, taking that away, it's... Still going to be... they take out the Centaur themselves. You know, the Clockwork's going to be banned out now as well. Slack being taken away from Hellraisers. Batrider. I'm surprised that Betboom didn't look towards the Batrider themselves. Coming up against the Sniper, being able to get that jump up, the grab with the lasso, and then dragging him into your side of the fight. But Betboom this time, just say, you know what, we don't want the Batrider in the game. You know, we're not going to be picking that one up ourselves. They did have the next pick if they wanted to go towards that, but they just opt against it.
Yep, I mean... That just hasn't been looking the greatest in the tournament overall. So, you know, they saw the Slark ban. Maybe they're thinking, even though the Slark was a good pick for them, you know, you're still not feeling super confident playing against it. And Betboom, they pick up a Tiny. This could be a 4 Tiny. This could be a mid lane Tiny. I think this is the idea. Last time around, Betboom played the offlane Death Prophet, so it was Nightfall that was playing it. Tiny lanes well with it, but then again, Tiny is very good against Rubik and the Sniper. Currently, they don't have any vision heroes, and I don't see many of them in the game. So I'm gonna assume that you want to put this Tiny on 4 just because of those reasons. Because during nighttime, it's gonna be very tough to find someone, and that is when you basically want to hunt.
Yeah, Hellraisers as well. Just speaking about the vision, you know, the Beastmaster is still there as well. It's going to draw the aggro away from the Sniper. It's going to be able to deal with... They go for techies. Okay.
It's solo Rubik, most likely, because Antares is the one that does play the techies. Makes sense. You're going up against the Death Prophet. You want her to blow up, and sometimes the global silence is just not going to be there in time when when you jump in, the mines are pretty much already placed.
Yeah.
So we'll see how fast on his fingers Toronto Tokyo is going to be on the silencer.
Yeah, but again, I would maybe not with the techies now actually, but I still don't mind the Beastmaster. Like.
I'm okay with it. I wouldn't want it with the Rubik. There it is. I don't like the Beastmaster Rubik lane, but the Beastmaster Techies is actually quite strong because Techies pokes a little bit better than the Rubik and has the burst potential to bring you down. Rubik is more of a poke guy, and the Beastmaster can die, so he's not one of those super tanky offlaners, right? Yeah. So that's why you need a little bit more damage with him, and why I'm not always the fan of the Rubik Beastmaster, even though we see it in competitive games, but usually the lane doesn't do so well.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, you know, the Hawks given the vision, going to be able to deal with, if the Death Prophet wants to be pushing down a safe lane tower, the Beastmaster can do that on the other side as well. It takes a lot of aggro, you know, it takes the attention away from the Sniper, so the Sniper can find that farm. Monkey King will be the pick for Betboom, though, so coming up against the Beastmaster in the lane, how well, because does the Beastmaster want to be bringing out the balls with the Monkey King being able to use like the Balance Strike to clear off waves, and do you still want to apply that pressure as the Beastmaster, or do you go for the axes a little bit more in this lane?
You're okay with Boars, but level 1 axes are most likely going to be there because Techies isn't the greatest at securing the range creep. And I just want to point out the difference between Death Prophet in the previous game that we watched with the Sniper and Death Prophet with the Monkey King. It's day and night difference because Monkey King is that counter-initiation hero. Death Prophet stands their ground. Come at me. And if anyone dares, there is a Wukong's command to just smash you. And that is a big difference, whereas when you have a Death Prophet and the Sniper in the same team, which was the case in the previous game that we watched, then there is nothing that you're afraid of when going towards the Death Prophet. And I like it for this reason. This is quite nice. Plus, Monkey King is a vision hero, so he can find the Sniper. Of course, not going to be the easiest to play him against the Beastmaster in that way, but in a way that he is going to be guarding his Death Prophet once they're both ready for battle. He is going to be there for sure.
Yeah, and ooh, they ban out the OD as well. So Hellraisers, both teams. I mean, this Death Prophet, is it definitely? Are you definitely mid lane, off lane for this? They ban out the Conquer, so Hellraiser's still looking at this as a death prophet in the off lane.
They
So
have a last pick on BetBoom, so they can decide once they see what Hellraisers want to play.
True. The Prime will be gone. Just trying to think of what else. What else have Hellraisers been playing in that mid lane?
10 seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight, Lishrak.
5 seconds
Ember isn't
remaining.
bad. They played an Ember. I think Kyotaka has played the Ember, but it wouldn't surprise me if it just gets banned out right now. The catch for the Ember isn't amazing. Once he gets the BKB, he's pretty much untouchable. Plus, you need some little bit of added damage with the bit of mobility on the side of Hellraisers. I think Ember in the current meta fits that role perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot of time to think. They're going to be able to talk about this now while Betboom are taking their time over this final ban. They take out the Invoker. Okay. So, Hellraisers, no Invoker, no Bat, no OD. Let's see if it is going to be the Ember here for them. And Betboom, again...
in the pool.
The what?
Tusk is in the pool as well.
Oh, it is? So it
Ten
is.
seconds remaining.
Yeah. Not banned out. Wouldn't be too bad. And Kyotaka has played it in the past with a lot of success as well. So it does go really well with the sniper, goes really well with the Beastmaster. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one. I had like literally no chances. If someone would ask me what's the chance of the Wind Ranger being picked up, I'd say 1%, and there it is. So that's the first one for me.
Yeah, good old Hellraisers showing IceFrog that this hero is gonna need. This hero to me, oh god, I like Wind Ranger as a hero, one of my favorite heroes, but just not in a good position at the minute, you know. And again, I've ranted about this before, but I think this hero definitely needs a buff to be viable in more than a couple of niche strats. But Hellraiser's playing the good guys. They're going to lose this game on purpose to show IceFrog that Wind Ranger does need the buff.
It's not that bad of a Wind Ranger game, and the Ember comes out on the other side. It is gonna be a death prophet in the off lane. The reason why the Wind Ranger is okay is because once you get the Maelstrom, it does magical damage, and you don't really care much about the global. So you can just, if the Monkey King doesn't have a BKB, you can just go on him, pop the ulti, pop the BKB, and there is nothing that's going to stop you from killing him. So, you know, in that regard, it can work out. This is a skill-based hero. I think in every meta, this hero does have a place if the player is good enough to play it, right? If you remember Yopaj at the major one when they were still with Neon Esports, how he made the hero work when no one was playing it. Seb made it work as a position 5 when no one was playing it, just because it's so reliant on your individual skills. So, you know, Kyotaka has been performing well, but if you would ask me who I'm gonna favor in this one, I think Betboom's lineup is just easier to play.
Yeah, I do like the Wind Ranger for the Wukong's command. You know, if you get the shard, you throw out the Gale Force Wind to try and knock the Monkey King away out of his own Wukong's command. It does delay a lot of chase on the side of Betboom, you know, if you are trying to run them down, or even if Hellraisers are saying come towards us, you know, dragging them in with it as well. So at the most, they can walk themselves back and try and stay where they are. It's a good rotation gank hero there as well. So, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing how Kyotaka plays around it. I'm just not expecting much. No pressure is what I'm saying here. And guys, don't forget, if you want to visit our sponsors, EGB, you can get involved with the action. You get a free bonus $600 depending on your deposit when you go for your first deposit. So that is available to you if you want to check out our sponsors over at EGB.
And, you know, looking at this game here, oh man, this Wind Ranger really needs to do the heavy lifting. I like that Hellraisers have the ability to consistently push towers, right? Whereas the Betboom team, they can only do it when they have the X's. And we're talking, of course, about tier 2s, tier 1s, anyone can bring down with just good movements around the map. But the thing is, Hellraisers, they really need to be fast in this game, right? And you have a sniper. The Hawk, he can play heroes in a different way, but I'm not sure I've seen him play a very aggressive sniper. I think it's a necessity in this game. You need to even give your life sometimes just to force out the ulti so that you can go in and again. Because if you're not fighting constantly and Betboom are using every single exorcism to get an objective, very soon you're gonna start falling behind, and then a big fight will come out, Global Silence will screw you over, and you're gonna lose. So I want Hellraisers to set up the tempo here. I think that's one of the reasons why Betboom picked up the Ember Spirit, because this hero is good at constantly poking, forcing out TPs, and by doing that, stopping the aggression of the enemy. So it's gonna be quite cool to see if Hellraisers can find a workaround around it and just play aggressive Dota all the time.
Yeah, and we can already see it grouping up here. Save, so Toronto, Tokyo on the silencer as well. We didn't speak a lot about this hero, but just being able to interrupt. You talked about the Techies dive. If the silencer's fingers aren't quick enough, then Techies might be able to silence off onto the silencer. But a lot of the damage coming through now with the Wind Ranger. If the Wind Ranger gets off the focus fire as well, you've got the sniper that's going to be right-clicking down. Beastmaster, okay, he wants the roar, he wants the axes, but I think there's a good spread now on Hellraisers that global silence might not be as effective in the fights that as much as Betboom wanted it to be.
It's not a classic usage of the global silence, which is the easiest one to use. You jump in and then use the global. You basically want to use it when the enemies are jumping in to save your one hero, extend the fight, and then chase them down. That's the ideal scenario. Of course, if you're winning the game, you're going to be jumping in with the Ember and using the global and winning the fight that way. But ideal for their lineup, it's a different kind of approach. So that's why the DP needs to have a solid lane, to have the items necessary to survive through the initial burst, use the global, and then you turn around the fight around her.
Yeah, Solo trying to trade off, already using that fadeable. Nightfall, you can see, taking a lot of damage. This lane will push back underneath the tower as well, so Dahax should be able to get himself the, maybe not off that one, but he should more than often than not be able to get these 3 last hits on the creeps. He just has to be careful about, because he's only sitting on 300 health. He's taking a lot of damage, and that's a full creep wave and a little bit more there too. So he's just trying to keep the equilibrium of this lane close to his own tier 1 tower, you know, keeping that pressure from pushing towards the Death Prophet. But the Death Prophet, there is going to be that pull through coming through from saves, so this lane might equalize a little bit closer to the middle of the lane.
Thing that really didn't put much emphasis on, and I think it's pretty important, is that the side lanes for Hellraisers are pretty solid. You know, on one side you have a sniper who's an amazing laner, and on the other side you have a Techies who's an amazing laner. The other two, not the greatest with them, but they're okay. And it's something that can I don't want to say win you the game, but put you in a position where you can win just because you have that innate strength that you're stronger, and then you can transition more aggressively into the early mid game, which is what their lineup is pretty much set to do, and which kind of counters what Betboom's lineup wants to accomplish as well.
Yeah, we see. I mean, Toronto Tokyo keeps throwing out the curse. Oh, he's level 8. So he tries to keep throwing out the glaives, taking the intelligence away from Antares, so he's not going to be able to cast as many of these sticky bombs. And now he does have that curse as well, which is going to make it a little bit harder for the Techies to be effective in the lane. But Techies, he just wants to say, he's going like, just give me like 50 mangoes, let me sit in this lane, throw out the sticky bombs. You know, that's mission accomplished for me.
Yep, that's pretty much what he's been doing, and he's been forcing Toronto Tokyo to go through all of his region that he now doesn't have any of. Okay, he's bringing a salve out, but it's definitely not ideal. Good thing though is that you have created enough space without dying by buying that region and using it for Monkey King to get close to level 3. Once he's level 3, then suddenly the lane is just not so easy for Hellraisers, because a Jingo Mastery with the Boundless Strike can pretty much give him full HP.
Yeah. Oh. Solo was TPing back. I was just keeping an eye on the TP underneath the tier 1 tower. But yeah, Nightfall save. They get the kill onto Solo. So Solo just being caught a little bit too far forward there. So the Tiny could get the, I'm assuming the toss back. Yeah, using that toss back to help get the kill onto the Rubik. And Solo just way too far forward. Gives up the first blood.
The weakness of this sniper lane is the Rubik, you know, because he's not the ideal hero to go forward, and Betboom, they punish it. This is why this team is so scary. If you look at them, even against solid laners, even against when they're being pushed back, if you look at the CS, they're winning, and they're not winning by a small margin. They're crushing it.
Yeah, and we'll keep an eye, because I mean, Save, he's gone for something a little bit different. He did take out the tree throw at level 2, so you know, the toss as well as the tree throw. No avalanche just yet. We'll see what he wants to. I mean, as well, yeah, the raindrops going to be coming through from both players. Yeah, Nightfall already has his, because this Fade Bolt will be, you know, that's something that Rubik wants to focus on in the lane, and it does so much damage that, yeah, I don't. It's not surprising that both players here in this off lane for the side of Betboom want those raindrops.
Yep, it's pretty much needed, and you got the first blood, so you're gonna be having the extra gold necessary, so it kind of stops the Rubik from doing any damage to you, and then you were only dealing with the sniper, who doesn't have the movement speed necessary to really hurt you any significantly.
Yeah, and interestingly, in this lane, so Dahak, again, this is the build that I was talking about. He likes to ignore the shrapnel. You do have the fade ball if you need to secure the range creeps, secure those last hits. So he does just prefer to go for the take aim as well as the headshot. And meanwhile, the bottom lane, there's going to be the TP down to the bottom lane. Solo, is he going to be able to get in range? He's already used that telekinesis, so it's just going to be right clicks, and Antares will be able to pick up the kill into Toronto Tokyo. But this means that it's forced to TP out from Solo, so they know that there's not going to be a Rubik up here for maybe the next 30 seconds or so.
A good thing for the Hawk is that his enemies don't have a glyph, but Nightfall, he is thinking about the dive there. They're expecting a potential Wind Ranger coming in, but the thing is Kiyotaka has no Javelin yet, and he has no ulti, so him TPing wouldn't really change too much, but maybe they can kill Toronto Tokyo again.
I mean, Kiyotaka's getting low in the mid lane now as well. Going to be throwing out the power shot. But yeah, back on the bottom lane, Toronto Tokyo will go down. They even have the stun onto the Monkey King. Monkey King? No, he dodge. He's still going to be silenced. That mischief, it doesn't dodge off, and he's still going to be silenced off, so he's not going to be able to get away. And Antares, he's picking up the kills here on this bottom lane. 3 for 1 for Hellraisers. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Kiyotaka trying to do what he can with the power shot. Bottle is empty. GPK with the full mana sleight of fist into the flame guard. So he dives himself away. Fills up the bottle with the illusion rune, which means that the Wind Ranger here, Kiyotaka has to go all the way back to base in case he gets caught out. That would put him at risk of being killed off.
I actually expected Kiyotaka to go for like power sheds in this lane because you're playing against the Ember Spirit. It's not like you're gonna be killing him with the focus fire, but it seems like Hellraisers want to play more aggressively in terms of rotations and getting the kills because they don't feel comfortable given how the side lanes have went. That was weird to me. I think Betboom got ahead of themselves, thinking, "Oh, we're so good," and they fought 3 heroes in the bottom lane without any chances of pretty much anyone rotating at that point, and they lost 2 of their heroes. So Hellraisers, I thought that move from the Rubik is gonna end up biting them, but in the end they get a kill on the Monkey King, so it ends up being pretty nice.
Yeah, and just for anyone wondering, because I can see, top lane actually, they might be able to go into save. So there is going to be the Exorcism Death Prophet. He wants something out of this. Solo's going to be the chase, though. He's buying a lot of time for this Exorcism to come through. It's about a quarter of the way through. Solo should be taken down. Or maybe not. He's using the Fairy Fight. Now, the Spirit Siphon, it's still going to go for Nightfall. I mean, there was going to be the rotation from Kiyotaka. But again, Kiyotaka, the Hawk's going to be really careful about coming close to the Nightfall. Yeah, Kiyotaka, he's going to be seen by the ward as well. Really nice deep ward coming out from the side of Betboom in the Dire Jungle.
And the thing is that he's too slow. He doesn't have the boots. He only has the javelin, so he cannot move away from the mid lane. It's only if you get baited a little bit too deep that Kiyotaka would have been able to change something in that engagement.
Yeah, and like saying, never mind. Toronto Tokyo goes down again. I think he'll be able to pick up Pure. He's moving himself back to lane. He's looking for the farm, he's looking for these last hits. He's trying to keep his nose clean, trying to keep himself out of trouble with these darn Hellraisers. They keep raising hell in this bottom lane. And they found a good couple of kills here now as well. GPK, this might be a bait to keep him in the lane, but he does have himself 2 remnants to jump away to. And Kiyotaka will be able to pick up the regen rune. He's going to pop this now as well. He's not going to be able to. They still get the kill. Save with the rotation in. They get the kill. And now they might be able to take down Solo. Where's that damage going to come from? No toss, no avalanche to get in range of that. Solo's ticking down, but he should still... Slight Fist comes out. GPK gets the kill. And now Answer has the toss back. They want everyone. They're going to be able to get 3 kills in this lane. The Sticky Bomb comes out. But GPK gets himself a double, and Toronto Tokyo picks up a little bit of revenge and a little bit of intelligence for his trouble so far in this bottom lane.
This is why I didn't like the Javelin. You don't have the boots, you're super slow, you cannot move, you can't do anything. The Ember Spirit doesn't care whatsoever about your focus fire because he can get himself away anytime he wants. So just I think that was a slight mistake from Kiyotaka. Now he even TPs to the mid lane, so he's gonna have to stay here for at least like 60 seconds, rotating anywhere. It's not gonna be going too good for him, so I'm kind of scared right now already for Hellraisers because Betboom, even though they lost the Monkey King on the bottom lane, with that rotations, if you look at it, all 3 of their cores are topping the network chart, and the Hawk is suffering so much.
Yeah, and you can see that save. He's going to be able to get... Does he want to try and get that toss back as well? He's trying to get in range, maybe get the toss back onto Nightfall. Nightfall has the Exorcism on the next 3-4 seconds, and he's going to be able to put pressure. Yeah, he's just going to be able to Spirit Siphon onto the Creep Wave, and this Tier 1 tower... There is no fortification, so now if the Exorcism comes out from Nightfall, he's not even bothered about it. He's letting the creeps take the aggro of the tower and do the damage that way, chipping away at that Tier 1. And he's saving that exorcism just in case he needs to rotate, just in case a fight breaks out potentially.
GPK just scouted that ward in the mid lane from Hellraisers, and it has kind of a half of the duration left on it, so it's probably going to be taken down. And Hellraisers, they're bringing their heroes to the mid lane, but when you look at their heroes, they don't have the ability to kill. Yeah. Whereas there is the chance of them dying, especially with Nightfall coming in.
Yeah, Nightfall, he's popped that exorcism, and you can see that Hellraisers, it's a really nice buffer to keep them. If they say, you know, if you want to fight into this, if you want to save your tier 1 tower, you're coming into an exorcism, you're putting your team at risk, you're putting your players at risk. Is it really worth it for the tier 1? And it looks like Hellraisers at the minute, they're going to say, no, we're just going to let this one go. And Kiyotaka save doesn't have a blink. He is going towards it, but he's going to be so much gold away from it that it's not going to be there anytime soon. The hack, like you say, net worth, he's the lowest of the cores in terms of net worth. This is not a good game for the sniper.
Oh, this is a problem. Their Hellraisers were the ones that need to be setting up the tempo in this game, and you're up against the Ember Spirit, so he can just stay. Look at this. Look at where GPK is. He doesn't have to move from here, and he cannot die. You come in with the roar, there is going to be a global silence, he can escape. And every single time that the Beastmaster isn't on the bottom lane, it's going to be a problem. So this is why Hellraisers now, they need this bottom tower to drop right now. Ignore the Ember. You cannot deal with him. Get what your lineup can do, and that is take down this tower. So luckily for them, they're going to get in position. You can even see the sniper being in the vicinity. The Hawk knows he might need to be a part of a fight if he wants to come back into the game.
Yeah, so they do get it. I mean, you see the troll coming out as well, the Dark Troll summoner for Mero, so he's going to be able to get the skeleton army going. He's got the siege creep, he's got his boars. So this is what I was talking about in the draft, that the Beastmaster comes in that just ignores what else is going on the map, and he's going to apply his own pressure. But the Boundless Strike from Pure, Roar comes through. Did they have enough damage to take down the Monkey King? Antares gets the kill on Toronto Tokyo. GPK turns it around onto Solo, though, on this bottom lane. Pure, is it going to be enough? The Jingle Mastery gets popped as well, so he's going to get some lifesteal. Already used the Boundless Strike, so he's not going to get a massive amount of lifesteal off from that, but it's still enough to secure this bottom lane and keep the creeps away from that tier 2 tower. And even getting the Roar.
Yeah, he got the roar. That's why he got so low. But the thing is, GPK isn't moving. His Monkey King gets low. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Like, if you die, it's your fault. Every man for himself here. And now he is just going to continue doing this. Hellraisers, they need to find a way to kill him, or at least force out the global and then do it. Which, actually, global still isn't up, and the Hawk is dead.
Is he? Yeah, he is. GPK does eventually get it with the Sleight of Fist. Walking away, just making sure he wasn't taking tower shots. Did have the backup as well. Global Stance does come through. GPK is just going to go for the TP away. Nothing to disrupt. The Taser was there, but he wasn't able to get him range to stop that TP. I think he was out a split second before it as well. So safe. He's the one now. He's just playing this living ward. Looking for any pushes into the mid lane, trying to scout out, see where maybe GPK can come right back in and look for another gank. But this is going to be he's got the phase boots going towards the Maelstrom, and you look at the net worth over the Wind Ranger. He's got about 1,000 gold over the Wind Ranger so far.
Yep. Now, the only thing that would completely crush Hellraisers is if you push Miero out of the bottom jungle. You don't have to do it. You can continue playing the mid lane with GPK, but you can see as soon as the global silence got used and GPK wasn't showing in the mid lane, that the Beastmaster was pulling back. Now Ember Spirit shows in the mid lane, Beastmaster is going in because he knows if he is being hunted, it's gonna be with the Ember. So at least that is nice for Hellraisers to be able to read, and Miero has been doing his job in the bottom lane, moving left and right quite nicely.
Yeah, Solo takes the Sleight of Fist. I don't think that might have been the spell that he really wanted, but it's, it's a spell that he's got. You think?
It's good. It's good for initiation, because you can initiate from very far away. If you can Sleight of Fist onto the creeps, and you can telekinesis someone in the back, because it kind of counts like your hero is further ahead. But well, yeah, they got Miero.
He might not be around for so much longer. Yeah, they do get the catch out onto the Beastmaster, and the Monkey King was rotating over together. There is going to be a 3-man, even with the Assassinate as well. So Antares, he gets the kill because the Monkey King was rotating over to get on top of Miero and join the rest of his team, but he gets caught out, gets distracted by Solo, and Solo was able to distract him long enough that the rest of Hellraisers were able to respond and get the kill onto the Monkey.
Literally distracted there, and now you push the Beastmaster out of your jungle, but Hellraisers have a really nice response to it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. If Monkey doesn't die there, and he can continue to push out the bottom lane pretty much safe with GPK doing what he's doing right now, it's a disaster for Hellraisers. But considering that they lost the Beastmaster but got something in return, an even bigger kill, you could argue, then it's actually okay for them right now. And until the monkey comes back into the lane, Miero should be able to establish himself in the bottom lane yet again.
Yeah, Nightfall. Nightfall's got the Greaves now. So that's extra sustain. Antares is trying to do what he can just to try and push back. Because, I mean, Nightfall, he wants to get aggressive again. He wants to do something to this tier 2 tower. He wants to open up the map, maybe force some aggression out. And he's going to be able to find the Global Silence comes out as well. They're going to be able to take down the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger, with that Global Silence, not going to be able to get him away. And now the Exorcism is up. They've already got a kill from it. They've taken down a quite big core on the side of Hellraisers. He's going to be able to use the rest of this Exorcism to put the pressure onto this tier 2.
They'll have to use the glyph there. Big thing is the shard coming out from Antares, but I have to say, Betboom, you can see just how much they're putting the emphasis on making sure that the game is just going the way that they want it, right? They don't need to do anything big with it. Get one kill, a little bit of damage into the tower, and get back. Get a little bit ahead, get Nightfall super farmed, and then later on down the line, he stands his ground. If you can't burst him down, you cannot win. Literally, that's the case. If he's standing his ground, pushing the towers, getting the Roche, and you cannot kill him immediately, you have lost the game.
What was the angle on that shackle? That was dirty save. Is he going to be able to get himself away? No, to jump in. Antares claims the kill. Toronto, Tokyo, Assassinate coming out. They might be able to take down the Silencer. They do get it from downtown there onto Hack. He's sitting in this triangle and say, bring the kills to me. Get them in Assassinate range. That's how I'm going to catch back up.
Yeah, very nicely done there. 2 supports dead. They know there's no global silence, and immediately Hellraisers are going forward. I like this. This is the way that their lineup should work. Be super aggressive, and with the Helm of the Overlord and the Shard on techies, their timing is right. The only thing they're missing is the BKB on the Wind Ranger, but it doesn't matter. You cannot wait for every single item. And they'll take this tower down, which is actually quite big, because it will stop Ember Spirit's potential to consistently be in their face, because there is no access points for his teammates to always help him.
Yeah, and Kiyotaka now, he's got the, well, he's smoked up, looking for the win run through. He's going towards the BKB, so he's sick of being controlled. He's sick of being killed off. Only twice, but, you know, that'd be more than enough from anybody. If you die twice, I'd be surprised you lived for a second time, but yeah, so Kiyotaka, he wants this BKB. Mero's rotating with him now as well. They might be able to apply Antares? Why were you there?
He was jumping in on GPK, just testing it out. Can I kill him? And I have to say, he actually got dangerously close. I mean, if there was no avalanche there and another bomb explodes, who knows? I mean, the Ember Spirit, I don't think he dies. I think he survives, but barely. Yeah. So, you know, nice attempt. You are forcing out some TPs, and Betboom now have to go for a smoke. Hellraisers should be aware of this.
Radiant are
yeah.
scanning.
GPK TP'd himself up to the top lane, or bottom lane actually. There's going to be the TP, yeah, there's going to be caught out with the shackle now as well. The Roar should follow through. It's going to stop the Wukong's command, and Kiyotaka gets himself his first kill of the game. 17 minutes in, but it's the start, you know, it gets him on the board.
Hellraisers dealt so well with the pressure. They did so well. Oh, and Taras, they're going into mines. And this techies is really posing a threat to them. Every single time people are dropping low, and Hellraisers are playing very fast Dota. Now with the tower being done, Betboom cannot apply that pressure in the mid lane any longer as much as they did. So it changes the flow of the game and allows Hellraisers to really play it. I'm still afraid that this sniper might never get a chance to be the real carry that he should. But you have a Wind Ranger, so maybe Kiyotaka can take it upon his shoulders, and the sniper is maybe more of a tower taker, a vision giver than he should be a damage dealer in the later portions of it.
Yeah, and Sniper, I mean, he's finding that, like I say, he's finding the space, he's finding the net worth, he found an assist and a kill as well with the Assassinate, and if he can, just keep himself, you know, sequestered in his own jungle for a little bit longer, they are starting to find the pickups on Hellraisers. We see as well that Antares, he's going towards, in fact, did he get it out? On the techies, he didn't. He might have actually changed his mind. It looked like he was going towards the Veil of Discord, but it looks like he's going to go back for a 4-staff now.
Yeah, I think poking and jumping out is more important than actually focusing on the burst.
Yeah. Ooh. Bottom line, I mean, GPK, oh, they're actually going to find out the techies now as well. Nightfall, he's already used the Exorcism, so it's not going to be there to put pressure onto the tower. But at least he get the kill. And Toronto, Tokyo, he's going to be going towards his own 4-staff. He's got 8 intelligence on the board. It is starting to stack up. We're only 20 kills in at 20 minutes, but, you know, it looks like Betboom here with the Aegis, they're not shy about getting aggressive, and even with Mero, we've seen him, he pushes down the tier 2, putting pressure onto the tier 3 as well. Betboom aren't scared of sacrificing a little bit of tower damage to get an objective of their own.
Yep, but maybe they should be, because Miero is doing everything he needs. Now he's going for a TP, and they will smoke out. They know the Ember, but the Ember has a Remnant back, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not certain that this is the fastest move that Hellraisers could come up, or the best one either.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, the Beastmaster wants that blink, so he wants to be able to jump in, get that roar off here as well. Antares, again, jump in, get the taser off with the silence. But you can see now, even with the Aegis, Betboom, they're just playing it closer to the chest. They're playing on their side of the map. They're playing close as a team, making sure no one gets caught out. And if anyone does, the rest of the team are in range to respond and maybe try and take a fight.
So Hellraiser's vision currently, it's amazing. And plus they have a Beastmaster. And this is something they should utilize. It's good for Betboom that they currently have the Aegis. But I think Hellraisers definitely have the vision necessary. Okay, they're gonna be losing the one on the bottom lane, so yeah, that's gonna make it a little bit tougher. I guess they were constantly trying to prepare themselves on the top lane and surprise Betboom, because Betboom probably thought, okay, they're not gonna come to fight us here. But in the end, you know, you might not get kills, but you use the vision to push the enemies out and then just get a tower. So not the worst thing in the world. You're the ones getting towers, even though it's the enemies that have the Aegis.
Yeah, and look at this as well. With the Thunderhide, the Catapult, Kiyotaka coming in as well. They're able to push down these towers. You know, they're not scared of looking for those extra objectives. They've got a little bit of danger here with the blink in. Is it going to come through? Yeah, it does. So that's going to be the danger. You even find out the hack. The silence comes out. I was just waiting to see whether Betboom did actually go for that jump, the 4-star, but Antares, he's not going to be able to get himself back underneath the tier 3. They're going to be able to dive the tier 3s for this. They get the kill. Monkey King, he's going to be able to take down Kiyotaka now as well. He's going to be careful because the Global Silence, well, the Global Silence and Pure might just try and come in with the Jingu Mastery now as well. GPK TP's back. Save's going to be there. It's like the Power Rangers. Everybody jumping in at once. And GPK, if he gets one more right click, Solo's going to be taken down. And Miro, nothing to cancel the TP. At least he's gonna get out.
Oh, the way the Hellraisers were keeping themselves in this game was whenever Betboom were making a big move, they were killing the Monkey King, and they did find him yet again. The thing is, this time around, the roar doesn't come through. He has the BKB, he turns around and he smacks the shit out of this Wind Ranger, and suddenly it's a disaster, right? And it was a really good move from Hellraisers, but this is the point when your sniper is so weak. He just can't come out to the fight with this team and be super powerful, but he's always hiding, trying to farm and stuff like that, and it's just giving way too much opening to Betboom, who's Monkey King, despite some of those deaths, has been able to farm up, has been able to get to a point where he can stand his ground and be stronger than the Wind Ranger.
And now Nightfall. Nightfall's got himself... I love this. The Heaven's Halberd. You take away the right clicks from the Wind Ranger even. I was thinking about the sniper, but even the Wind Ranger, who wants to be going towards the blink and then into a big crit stick, that's a lot of team fight potential you take away from the Wind Ranger for 5 seconds if, you know, you get that Heaven's Halberd out onto Kiyotaka.
And Betboom aren't done. Now they're the ones that are playing fast Dota, and Hellraisers, that has been taken away from them.
Yeah, Solo, he's going to be caught out now as well. The dive in, even with the telekinesis, should still be able to get the kill into the Rubik. Rubik trying to get himself away, but the Sleight of Fist comes out, and GPK, he's on a monster kill streak. Those are stacking up. Ooh, the TP away from the techies, though. Can they get the kill? There's going to be a really nice shackle onto the Ember Spirit. The axe is flying through as well. He's trying to do what he can. Yeah, he gets the Sleight of Fist off, so he's not even going to expend this Aegis, and it is there for the next 28 seconds. Kiyotaka has to go for the Wind Run away. And there's... I mean, look, Save, he's trying to cut him off. He's trying to come off in the pass. He gets the blink in. Does he see him off? Kiyotaka, he walks into him. BKB's going to be there. Anything to stop this now as well. It looks like Kiyotaka, he's going to be able to get the TP away, but it was so close.
Hellraisers, you know, they were broken. They were broken in this game just there towards the ending of the Aegis. They were doing so well playing around it, but in the end, you know, losing the fight, losing the Wind Ranger, going on to the Monkey King. Now the game has become very, very tough for them. You mentioned the Death Prophet, Heaven's Halberd. It's all about survival for Nightfall. You're seeing he's not going for a Blink Dagger. He doesn't care. He just needs to be able to stand his ground. And Miero is looking very dead as well.
Yeah, the hop in and then the jump with the Blink Dagger. Miero, he's not getting out of this one.
There is one hero that says a hop, skip, and a jump. You know which that one is?
No. And I'm not even going to pretend I know.
Yeah, anyway. Anyways, the chat knows, so you're gonna have to educate yourself after the game. But Betboom, they use the exorcism again. They just need a little bit more of a lead, a little bit more. Hellraisers, I think they need to be utilizing the bottom lane more.
Yeah.
The fact that there is no tier 2 there and the split push. I think you want to get the Black Dragon Ancient just for the split push potential, right? And that's what you put emphasis on split pushing and making sure that you are forcing Betboom into mistakes. Of course, it's not easy to do against a team like this, but you're trying to do it over and over again. At some point, they could crumble under pressure. And if you come in with these heroes like here, and they can just run on you, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take the Assassinate off there as well, but the Global Stance comes out immediately with the Shackles, though. Do have enough? No, GPK. He's got a Remnant to jump away to save. Might not be so lucky, but it might be enough to save GPK. The Blink, the Shackles, but is there going to be any follow-up? There's not.
They don't see the other heroes.
Yeah,
they don't see the other heroes. They're too scared. That's it. Like, you've already used your focus fire. It's not like the Wind Ranger does any damage and you haven't been able to kill the Emperor. That the global silence just allows them to do this, but there's no global now. So Hellraisers, they can still go forward. The focus fire is going to be there in a couple of seconds, and it's not like you expended anything big. Roar is still there, and he can still play this game. So going towards the bottom lane, that's quite nice. Nice move coming out from Hellraisers, but a good response from Pure as well.
Yeah, and Miro, like you say, he's just using the Ancient Granite Golem, trying to do what he can up against this tier 3. The tier 3 going to be taking a lot of damage from the Catapult, from the Golem. GPK trying to do his best to delay this push in. Meanwhile, the side of Betboom, the rest of them, apart from Toronto Tokyo, who's in the mid lane, but 3 heroes here in the dire triangle looking for the next couple of items. Monkey King, he wants that Lincoln's, it looks like, and he's even going to be able to apply pressure here with the Tree Dance, just being able to jump himself in, apply pressure to a tier 3, so he might actually be okay trading off a tier 3 for a tier 3. One more right click, 26 health on the tower. Who's going to come in for it? Sniper. Yeah, I mean, he needs to get the vision. He needs to be able to get up range and take down this tower. It's not too far away, but Save, he's actually going to get the toss back. They get the toss back onto Techies. Antares going to get himself away. It might be the sacrifice here from Save, but Kiyotaka with the lockdowns, with the shackle. GPK. Slider Fist comes out. There's going to be the BKB now as well. GPK. He's not out of this fight just yet. Wukong's command goes down, and it looks like Hellraisers, they're going to lose the Rubik. They pick up Save, but they're going to try and get themselves away from this. Antares with the TP away. Kiyotaka with the TP away. He's already used the BKB. Miro, where's his TP? He doesn't have one. No vision to spot out the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster has to hoof it on foot, and he will get out alive.
This is some high quality Dota coming out from both sides, both of them understanding the strengths and the weaknesses of their lineups. Betboom still coming out ahead, you know, but it doesn't mean that that's how it's going to continue. Still, Hellraisers, they have a timing. They definitely have a timing, because the BKB of the sniper is already starting to be used up, and you need to find a way to make this hero work in the next couple of minutes. You need to get a Rax, or you need to find a good fight where the Hawk is actually a part of it, or it's going to become increasingly difficult to do so. But Hellraisers, they're doing the best they can out of the situation. Despite losing 7k gold, they're still taking tier 3 towers. They're still playing around that bottom lane quite nicely.
Yeah, but how many times now have they got GPK low and just not been able to finish off the kill? I think it's 3 or 4 times, and he's, especially when it's still got the bottle, he pops that BKB, he has the Shivas now as well, which is going to make him even harder to kill. He's not scared about going in on 300, 400, 500 health, dropping a couple of sleight of fists like this. He's going to be able to get the Searing Chains off, and in fact the Shackle, it's not going to latch, and there's no BKB for the next 6 seconds. GPK going to get the dive in, Global Stance comes up, but he might change targets onto Mero. Mero with a 4-staff, trying to get himself away, helping out by Taki's Antares. He might be able to take down GPK this time, and now they blink back in Kiyotaka. No. Do they get the kill? No, GPK is still going on. This is what I'm talking about. They just can't finish the kill, and Kiyotaki's getting low. He's trying to do what he can with the focus fire, but it's not going to be enough. Nightfall, he takes down Kiyotaka on the back lines, and now Sniper up on the high ground. They've even found out to hack, and it's going to be still 5 heroes alive on the side of Betboom. They want to go for more. Antares with the 4-staff out, but is it going to be enough to keep himself alive? He's trying. He's looking for anyone to get that TP off, but Monkey King, he's stalking him through the trees. Antares, he's going to be seen. The dive comes through, the boundless strike, the right clicks, and Pure gets the kill.
Oh man, that was so close. Hellraisers, they're getting super close, but they can't get the kill, as you mentioned, and now just one by one they're dropping. At least Miero seems like he's gonna be surviving, but still another good fight for Betboom. And just before the Roche does spawn, that was without the exorcism, so they can easily walk into the pit now, and there is gonna be limited things that Hellraisers could do. I think Hellraisers maybe still should be smoking towards there, but it's very hard. You don't have the outpost. You don't have the roar. It's just okay. They're gonna have the roar at least, but you're not gonna have the positioning for sure to contest this one. And now this game has been broken completely in favor of Betboom.
Yeah, and you can see that they're not even trying to contest Kiyotaka. I mean, he'd still have that BKB down for the next 10 seconds or so, even if he went over. The hack doesn't want to get involved. He needs his next big item. He's going to be going towards a crit stick of his own, it looks like. So it is just a free Roshan. At least Kiyotaka here, he bottles up a double damage rune. What can they get from this, though? Pure this time will have the Aegis and the Shard, I do believe. Emma Spirit has a shard there as well. I'm not sure who picked up the shard, but there's a couple of shards around, and both players, you know, it's going to be a massive benefit just to have that off, and in these fights.
I'm gonna assume you gave it to the Monkey King, unless Pure really likes the shard and the Monkey King.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to buy it. Big things are coming up though. Betboom now with the Goldie that they have, you're seeing some big items. The biggest of them all is gonna be the refresher on the silencer, which you know he doesn't have just yet. But if he's allowed to farm the 2 waves in the bottom lane, that's gonna be it. He even uses a scan because he knows he's being hunted. And now Monkey King, he'll come over and they're like, Kiyotaka, come over, let's go, boy. Buddy, nah, he's not gonna take the bait.
Yeah, and you can see, like you say, what's the gold off that? He's about 200 gold from being able to complete on that refresher. I do like the Monkey King shard here as well. You know, the balance strike, being able to bounce to the other side of it, just being able to immediately close the gap. If you catch the sniper out, you catch the Wind Ranger out with a balance strike, and then just being able to immediately get on top of them and start right clicking them, it's going to be a whole world of pain for those 2 heroes. It's going to be a whole world of pain for anyone that gets caught out, but, you know, specifically being able to jump onto the 2 ranged heroes on the side of Hellraisers, it's not what they want.
I think that's the idea. You use the Primal Spring to jump onto the sniper, he uses the Force Staff and the Concussive Grenade, and you jump on him again.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why the Monkey took it. It is, I think Shard and the Monkey King is great, but I don't think it's an item for every game unless you're super comfortable with the hero and usage of that ability in particular. But, you know, in this game, it is actually quite nice.
What's his next item, actually? It's going to be the MKB here for the Monkey King, so he wants the namesake item. Yeah, coming out for the Monkey King, and he's actually going to have a decent amount of gold towards it. Did the silencers finish off? He wants to... Okay, 32 minutes. The silencer now decides, you know what is the best item I can pick up here? He wants a Hand of Midas.
Considering that he's gonna be staying in his base, maybe he's used to it when he plays a pub, just so he gets experience.
Yeah, and they're gonna be able to find out. Global Silence comes out the first time they get the kill onto the Rubik. This might actually be a really good reveal onto the Refresher because the silencer isn't there, so they're not gonna see this as happening. It's gonna be a lot of damage onto save. Second Global Silence comes out. Wukong's command, but they don't have any anchor points to keep any of the heroes inside the Wukong's command. And now Boundless Strike. No, they get the kill onto Antara, so they are gonna be able to stop that Techies from TPing. I suppose in the fights as well, if he wants to go towards that Hand of Midas, the extra attack speed is always nice with the glaives, you know, just being able to pick up the extra temper, intelligence, the extra damage, it does all add up. Yeah.
You mean to push out Lane because he's not going to be coming into fights. I have to say, so this fight went actually quite okay for Hellraisers because Betboom, their lineup isn't the greatest. They're jumping on heroes and killing them, especially when you're playing against so many Force Staffs and stuff like that. They're good at poking, you know, and now the Sniper, when he doesn't have a BKB, well, it's different.
Oh, look at this. They're going into the base. They're going into the tier 3s. Telekinesis does come out. Pure. He's got that BKB. Has an Aegis. Popping the BKB. Going to try and turn it around onto Solo. Solo. Jingu Mastery does get popped. But it looks like he just wants to jump himself away with the Tree Dance GPK. This time, they might actually be able to get the kill. They do finally take GPK down.
Take him down. Yep. Finally he dies. And Hellraisers, I think, you know, you could say it's time to celebrate, but not really, because the only reason you killed him is because he dove your base, killed your carry, and kind of took away your ability to win this game, and that's when he dies. But still, you have been trying to do it for 34 minutes. You should at least try to celebrate a little bit and be happy that the guy that's been annoying you for so long is dead. But again, Betboom, they're getting ahead of themselves because of the double global silence. It's not that their lineup is that good at running towards the enemies. It's still super good at Nightfall standing his ground. If they go on him, you destroy him. And this MKB now on the Monkey King, it changes so much because the Wind Ranger cannot play anymore around the Wukong's command. You get in and the Monkey Warriors are gonna rip you apart.
Yeah, there is going to be a rotation out from Hellraisers. They are looking to try and get some catch. I mean, the Lincoln Sphere's up on the Monkey King there as well, so that's going to be even harder now with the Raw not being affected. You need to break that somehow before you do actually engage on the Monkey, but you can see that, like I say, Hellraisers, they want to try and make something happen, but they're just not going to be able to find anyone. Nobody cutting the wave, nobody looking for that farm. No, they might have found the Monkey King, actually. Monkey King, do they have the timing on this? The age is 7 seconds. They might be waiting. Wukong Saman comes out. The Pure, he's just going to be able to get himself away from this. Mero comes in with the Raw, so the Linkers, but the Global Silence comes out. Do they have enough?
Down.
The disarm. They don't have enough to take down the Monkey King with the disarm onto Mero. It might be a Pure. He turns it around, and Pure wants to get in. He's still going to be able to swap.
What a dodge.
This Chief, he dodges off the damage from Antares now, and this is going to be a cleanup. It looks from the side of Betboom. They're going to lose a couple of heroes, but they do still take down 3.
The biggest problem for Hellraisers here is that they can't use their sniper. Their sniper is just not a hero, and it's a problem. At some point, you're gonna lose the game because of that. And they killed the Monkey King, but Pure, again, I mean, every single little thing that he can do right, he does right there. The time he pops the BKB, the way that he used the Wukong Command, the way he dodges the damage from the techies. In the end, he does die, but man, it's scary. It's really scary looking at this guy, that he's dodging everything in such high stress situations. With a lot of players would just let go of their keyboard. They're like, my teammates are gonna finish it off anyways. But he's just giving his teammates a couple of more seconds, and it's working out so well for them. But Hellraisers, again, I have to praise their moves, but they can't use the sniper, and going for more.
Yeah, this ward, a really nice ward in the middle lane. The road does come through here. Do they have the lockdown Ember Spirit? Is it going to have his remnant stolen? So they turn this one around, not expecting the dive back there. And GPK, if he was going onto that, needed to immediately pop his... the BKB was on cooldown, so he couldn't even go for the BKB. The telekinesis comes out from Solo, and they find a really nice kill there on the side of Hellraisers.
There it is. The Hawk finally gets something done, gets the damage, and he pretty much destroyed that Ember. Very nice popping of the BKB as well, because the Avalanche, if it connects to him, he won't be able to do damage. The Ember survives, but Ember without the BKB and being roared up, the sniper just does way too much damage to him. So at least you broke GPK. He died once, and suddenly he's just not looking as scary as he used to.
And I assume those are good mannered tips, you know, a bit of banter between friends.
Yeah, it looked to me when the game started that these guys really like each other.
Yeah.
Or was it in the previous series? I think so. Everyone here is a very nice guy, you know. No toxicity on either team.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
I'm sure everybody agrees.
The bestest of friends here between these two teams in this series. Save. He's looking for his farm. Okay, so he's going to go for another... Or he wants that E-Blade. So he's already got the Ghost Scepter. But being able to get maybe the Heaven's Harbinger off on the Wind Ranger and then E-Blade up on the Sniper. Again, just during these fights, you take two heroes worth of big right-click damage out of it. Mero, though, he's using this Granite Golem. He's just continuing to push out this bottom lane. And Hellraisers are starting to apply that pressure. No dive in from the Ember Spirit. He does actually just go back to his own remnant in the base.
I really like that Solo gave up the idea, I'm old, I can't use my spells. I already talked about it in the previous Hellraiser series, but when they played the Christmas show, he was playing the Undyings and it was so boring, not doing anything. And now he's showing that he can actually play quite well. You know, he's breaking the Linkens, getting the lifts off, he's starting the fights, he's using some nice spells. I'm really liking how Solo is playing overall in terms of mechanical skill as well.
Just watching... Pure. Does he find Antares? There's going to be the blink forward now as well from the Tiny. The Balance Strike comes out. There is going to be a mine as well as a Kiyotaka around. He might get the kill onto... He does. And the gem is on the deck. He tries to get the blink away. Now the BKB is still going to be there. When Reggie's going to be silenced. Can he get himself away? He can't. And Pure picks it up. Mero, he pops his own BKB. The Exorcism, though, it's still going to be physical damage coming through. And Pure, with his BKB, the diving from GPK. And now the BKB for the Beastmaster. It's gone. They get the kill. They take 3 heroes down for a Tiny. And Betboom going to be more than happy with this. The Exorcism, how far through? It's about 3/4 of the way through, but that might still be enough. There is a fortification on the side of Hellraisers. They're going to use it, but the dive comes in onto Solo. That's going to be 4 heroes down on the side of Hellraisers. And Betboom, they're going to be happy. They're going to be taking over this space.
It's looking like it's gonna be 2 lanes of racks. Even if you use the glyph, they could go for the throne right now. If you are, if they're aware there are no buybacks, but they don't have to. This game, if they just take it slow, it's over. We already talked about. Look at the sniper. This is the position he can hold. So if his enemies are hitting the throne, maybe he can apply some damage there. But that's just not gonna happen.
And it is going to be A lane of racks. Is it going to be more now? The Assassinate comes out onto Nightfall, but Nightfall, look at him, nearly 3.5k health on this Death Prophet. He's going to have the Spirit Siphons. He's going to have the Exorcism coming through. He's going for a Refresher, so he's going to have a second Exorcism as well as a double BKB. Never mind the Monkey King, never mind the Ember Spirit. How do you get through Nightfall?
You don't. He has been having a perfect game. He's 6-0 and 15, and they have just been ignoring him. So because they were ignoring him, Nightfall changed up the build. He's like, okay, I wanted to just be super tanky and go towards your towers, but you're skipping me. So I'm gonna get a Blink and a Hex. I'll get you in your face, and you're gonna die. So I really like the way that he adapted, given how his enemies were playing the game. And I'd say Hellraisers, that was the right move to play the game. But then again, right item choices coming up from Nightfall, and also now there's a double very big Wukong's command. So Betboom, any objective they want to take, they can just easily do so.
Yeah, and double BKB for the Monkey King now as well, now that it's down to 6 seconds. They know Roche is up in the next few seconds as well, so Toronto Tokyo playing that living ward. He's going to be happy with this just to supply the information for the rest of his team here. Refresher for the Silencer up in 50 seconds or so as well. So it looks like Hellraisers, they're not using the scan, but they have an idea where Betboom are going to be. So again, it's Butch and Sundance time here for Hellraisers in game number 1.
Solo?
Oh, did they actually get the catch onto the Rubik? They do. Rubik, he stole the spell. He's got that Remnants, but he's going to be so slow. He's going to try and get that dive away, but Save's going to be waiting with open arms for the toss-up with the Avalanche, and now they can even go for more. Nightfall, he's going to be coming through. What's he going to try and do? The global stance is going to be there with the BKB. Really good balance strike into the Wukong's command, and the right clicks it towards the Hack's trying to get himself away from this, but he doesn't have anything. He's not going to be able to get himself out. Antaras trying to jump himself away with his own, but Techies, he just gets cleaned up, and they can Kiyotaka. It's going to be last chance saloon. It's not even going to be that. GG is going to be called at 41 minutes in. Hellraisers, they fall to Betboom in game number 1, 36-16, and a 28k net worth leader here for Betboom.
2 heroes of Betboom just destroyed 4 heroes of Hellraisers without any chances. Like, you don't even have a chance to fight. Of course, there is a global silence to assist them, but that's just the thing. That was actually a cool move from Solo to pull the enemies away and allow Hellraisers to get into a good position. But Nightfall was constantly keeping tabs on them. He's just pinging to peer. They're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. Let's go, let's go. And they jump in and they rip them a new one. This is the difference, where one carry can stand his ground and destroy you, have to run away from him, and the other one, if he's not in a perfect position, perfect scenario, you don't have a Tidehunter, you don't have anything to lock down multiple heroes at once and just attacking, he's just dead meat. He has to run away. I like that the Hawk went for these heavy damage dealing items, you know, just went for the Daedalus rather than going for the going into a Silver Edge, because he understood you're getting just a few hits in, and if the heroes don't die, it's a problem. Of course, heroes weren't going to die, but at least you are trying your best to make it happen. But overall, I have to say, a very high quality game. Betboom, they got everything they needed in the early game, and Hellraisers still, despite that, got something done on the back of their Beastmaster. I really have to praise Miero. He has been the one that has been leading their team to taking objectives and making something happen around the map. But in the end, I mean, Betboom just had an easier time to get the game to go their way.
Yeah, and you look at GPK as well. He nearly had as many kills as Hellraisers did it all combined. I think he was, what, 2 short there? 16 kills to 14, yeah. So GPK, the impact, obviously, you know, for the rest of his team enabling him, because Toronto Tokyo didn't pick up 1 but 25 assists. You can see that Betboom was so good at the coordination and just playing for each other, and they made it count, they made it work, and they take game number 1. But that is only game number 1. It is going to be a full best of 3 series potentially to come if Hellraisers can pull it back in the second game. Betboom looking to take it 2-0. You know, they want to continue on their streak, continue on their dominance in the second match of the DPC run. But for now, guys, we are going to be taking a break. We'll be back with the second game of Betboom versus Hellraisers right after this.
GB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Welcome back in to the second series. It is going to be the second game between Hellraisers versus Betboom. Hellraisers, some good talking points in that first game. You know, Mero being able to, like you were talking about at the end there, Harry, you know, Mero being able to keep pressure on that bottom lane, look for the space. The hack knew what was going on, so he was trying to itemize around that. But Betboom, after the first initial, I mean, they killed GPK twice, was it? They got 14 kills on GPK alone, pure 13, 4, and 5. Yeah, GPK 14, 2, and 12. It just seemed like Betboom, they knew how they wanted to play that match. They worked as an entire team. You know, the coordination, the synergy coming out from Betboom throughout that entire game, 6-0 and 19 on Nightfall. They were just, it was a perfect example of how to execute that draft.
Yep. I was the way that they played was amazing, but I really have to highlight Pure. Like, every single time I was looking at him, he was using his spells perfectly. Like, even a robot makes a mistake. This guy, he's above that, right? He's not human. There was one thing that we didn't mention. Top lane, you know, when the Tiny died to the Windranger, the Beastmaster is coming in for a roar. He uses the Lincolns on his buddy to stop the roar as well. He's just waiting to see. They're right next to each other, but he's waiting to see where the Beastmaster will turn, because maybe he can clink on him, and then he just gets baited in. But no, he's waiting for the last moment. Bam, the Lincolns. It wasn't even seen for a second on the screen that he used it, but that's just how focused he is when he plays. But yeah, Betboom, just amazing performance. I again have to praise Hellraisers, but the thing is, the only thing that was keeping them in the game, that they were able to find Pure a couple of times when Betboom was just applying so much pressure. That game, at every point of it, there was like one slip up from Hellraisers that is keeping them in the game, right? You make one slip up and you're gone. And the second that Pure got his BKB and they went for the kill, he turned it around by killing the Windranger. That is where the game ended for me. Yeah. I thought at that moment, okay, Hellraisers, they cannot win any longer, but they still played their hearts out. But Betboom, as you mentioned, scary team. Really, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile and they're gonna win. And man, I'm really looking forward to game 2. But Hellraisers, after that one, you can maybe feel like you can't win. Of course, I think a change should be made. The Hawk be given a hero that is always going to have an impact, because Betboom are going to be so good at exploiting the sniper, right? Or a hero like that. So just get something that is always going to have an impact. And then Hellraisers will look even stronger. And after the previous game, there is no reason to believe they cannot maybe take a game off of Betboom.
Yeah, and like I said in the draft, Hellraisers just doing every win range of player a favor there. You know, losing the game on purpose. That's exactly what it is. So this second game, you know, I'm expecting Hellraisers to have a little bit more impact. You know, just be able to play that a little bit better. You know, now that they don't need to pick the win ranger up, then into the draft as well. We can see that, you know, it is going to be down to Hellraisers. Like you say, they need to be able to. The Nature Prophet gets banned out, so they need to be able to draft something here for the Hawk that doesn't maybe take as long as that sniper did to come online. You know, like you say, that gets involved straight away. We've seen a couple of Faceless Voids that go straight for the TPs, you know, that look to, as soon as they hit 6, as soon as they hit that Chronosphere, they look to rotate with the rest of the team, find a gank with the Chronosphere, and then move back into the jungle for the farm. But both Sniper as well as Nature's Prophet, so the Broodmother's still there, the Train's still there, the Rubik's still there. Hellraisers, what do they fear most?
I just like winning.
I don't know, but it seems like Betboom don't want to be playing against the Sniper. To be honest, they dealt so well with it. But I think Hellraisers, what they were missing was a good laner with the Sniper as well. Him not doing well in the lane, he was never able to recover. So maybe, you know, maybe in this game they would adjust their draft just that little bit slightly and get themselves back into it. I, on the side of Betboom, would much rather get rid of the techies, because for me, Antares was the one that was scaring Betboom at some points there, almost killing some of their cores even solo, and doing the most amount of damage out of all of them in the entire game. But Betboom, they're gonna get the Rubik this time around. I'm pretty sure both Toronto, Tokyo, and Save can play this hero at a high level. And you know, even though solo was solid on the Rubik, his laning presence wasn't as great. So I'm kind of curious to see how Betboom implement this hero in their lineup. There's the techies.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, there was actually a couple of times where he nearly soloed GPK. on the Emissary, you got him so low, and maybe if he did have that fail, maybe if he'd gone for the E-Blade, something like that, the techies would have been able to get those kills. But yeah, there was some good, I mean, the early rotations as well. Last game, the techies making early kills happen. It did look a little bit scary. So this time, techies, it's going to be back for Hellraisers. And how do Betboom want to play around this?
I mean, they already played it against it in the previous game, so it's not like you have to do anything specific against the techies itself. You just have to be careful that you're not getting bursted down. I have to say though, last time around, if this is an offlane Death Prophet, I like the techies with the Beastmaster a lot more. Sure, Death Prophet takes the towers down as well, but it's not giving you as much vision as the Beastmaster does, so you can't really go for the aggressive plays that Antares did. So we'll see how they utilize this hero this time around, but I would like some vision on the side of Hellraisers for sure.
Okay, well, we'll see. The train does get banned out there as well in the next phase, so yeah, we'll see what Hellraisers want to pull out of the bag. The Doom as well. You probably don't throw the Doom onto the techies, as scary as he is from that last game. You're looking to maybe get it off on the Death Prophet if you can get the initiation in before the Death Prophet gets the exorcism off in these fights. Spirit Siphoned as well, stopping the Death Prophet from sustaining through the fights. And they ban out the Crystal Maiden. We talked about it in the last series, but Crystal Maiden not been touched today. But this time Hellraisers is just like, we don't want that in the game.
I think this is the first ban of the Crystal Maiden in the Eastern European DPC. As far as I saw, the hero hasn't been banned out a single time, but he has been picked up so many times. I don't know what it is in this game in particular that is scaring them in terms of banning out the Crystal Maiden. Do they want to go for a Spirit hero? Might be the case, because you want something. Maybe you want to play something that is mobile but needs some time to do the damage. Spirit heroes do go well with that, and the Crystal Maiden is a hero that kind of is problematic for it. But okay, Hoodwink makes sense a little bit more because it is burst damage for the Death Prophet. The CM is very weird to me.
Yeah, and what else? I mean, they take out the Ursa, so Betboom going to be running the, more than likely, do you expect it here to be the Rubik Doom offlane to come out for Betboom and looking for, because I mean, the Doom, if the Doom can get something like a Centaur creep devoured, I'm not saying it's going to be as good as the Centaur Warrant, but it's like a budget Centaur to come out there in this lane. You're going to have the Scorched Earth to chase them down as well. It's a lot of damage that could come through if Doom finds the right creep in this offlane.
Save is a solid or a really good Rubik player, but you know, I would prefer him on something that can make good rotations early on as well. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind if they put it on position 5. I think it's very early to say. Rubik used to be just only played in position 4, very rarely on 5, but it has been a lot different in the past months, years, however you want to say it. I think the ones that played the most was Spirit, TI 10. They kind of popularized the 5 Rubik as a potential. Yeah. But Silencer does come out for Hellraisers, so they're kind of taking a page out of Betboom's book from the previous one. Okay, now we have no idea who's gonna go where, really.
And the Bloodseeker here for Betboom as well. So a potential chase down onto the Death Prophet, because the Death Prophet does want to be moving around the fights when that exorcism is being popped, keeping close to the heroes as well with the Spirit Siphon. So Bloodseeker may be able to drop the Rupture on the Death Prophet, keep it in place, and just keep the hero isolated with that exorcism going from the rest of the team fight.
5 seconds.
This Betboom lineup right now, it's not like I understand it completely. They don't have super like big burst. They don't have super good initiation, super good vision, super good late game. The thing that they do have, they might be gunning for, is pretty strong side lanes. You know, you're just gonna be fighting in the side lanes constantly, getting the Bloodseeker to be super fast. Pure completely out farms his counterpart in the lane, and then he just wins the game for you. And then you're going to get something that is going to be space creating or being able to kill people on the mid lane that solves most of the problems that your lineup has. I think that's what Betboom are gunning for. And Ember Spirit, for it, first of all, it's a good deny pick. Second of all, it's very hard to catch. And now the banning out of the Crystal Maiden makes sense, because Spirit heroes, they tend to not really like playing against the CM.
Yeah. And
seconds remaining.
I'm just looking at Betboom's like you say, do you expect then? Because I would rather the Rubik be with the Bloodseeker. You'll be able to get the telekinesis off into the blood, right? You do the damage, you get harassed that way. It's some protection for the Bloodseeker as well. Fade Bolt, a big bursty spell with the blood, right? Potential for the first blood in that safe lane here for Betboom. Ember Spirit, like I say, being picked up for Hellraisers. So Betboom are going to be able to. They do have the next pick, not the final pick, so they are going to be able to pick up a response to that mid lane pickup. I'm just OD would have been a good one. I had OD in my mind, being able to save from anyone that gets shackled or set up for an arrow from the Mirana. Maybe even take the silencer out of the initial fight. If you can get the jump on, take the silencer out. Try and do as much damage as you can before the silencer comes back and gets the global silence off. Even save him from the Techies blast off. If you can get the Techies, either in mid-air or you get the Astral Imprisonment off on anyone that's getting blasted off it into. But Hellraisers, they see it too and they just say, we don't want to play against this hero.
They banned out the Gyro. That's such a weird one. Gyro without a buff is just not a hero. It is a Dahak hero, but that is a weird one for me for sure. I think you mentioned the Faceless Void. This is not a bad Faceless Void game. Also, it's a good Morphling game for Hellraisers. The problem is they're a little bit lacking on the lockdown, so that's why I'd rather see a Void than a Morphling for the Hawk in particular. But Betboom, what they are going to pick, that is what's kind of bugging me here. Do you pick something that crashes the Ember in the lane? So you just try to stomp the lane so that the enemies never get a chance to play the game? Or do you get something mobile around a hero around which you can play? Oh, actually, a tiny mid lane would be so good for Betboom. I think Hellraisers, they need to ban it out. I think it's pretty good in this game in particular. With Mirana rotating, you have Techie Silencer, very easy pickoffs. If you start out the fight with a burst, it's a big problem for Hellraisers. So plus there is also some combos with the tossback and the rupture. So I think Tiny is actually a really big pick for Betboom that would round up their lineup quite nicely and would give them some tower push in the later stages of the game as well.
Yeah, I mean they're taking a lot of time over this final ban. It's going to be the Tusk.
Yeah, same type of hero. I still would prefer the Tiny, I think, if Betboom want to go that route. I'm still not certain. As I mentioned, their 4 heroes don't really scream like, oh, we want to do this in particular. They're like just solid heroes in the current meta that can do well in the lanes. And that's it for now. That's what they do. Okay, so they're going the route. We're not going to allow you to play the game. Give the Hawk the Ember. Just don't play it in the mid lane. Just don't do it, because you're not gonna play the game. Ember, he can't even stand his ground against the Viper.
Yeah, and the snipers that I've seen in the past few weeks, they've not really been that great. But up against the, he's still gonna go for it. So they're gonna put the hack on the Naga Siren. It seems like
good Naga pick.
Yeah. Does it come online quick enough? Because I mean, Pure, he's the Maelstrom comes out, the BKB comes out, the Bloodseeker then gets online. Doom just needs to be able to get either something like the Blink Dagger, something like to get engaged. GPK up against Kiyotaka in this mid lane. This Ember Spirit, he's in for a rough time.
One thing that I was always wondering, like, who has the money to buy Tsukomo the Mirana mount? And the answer is a TI winner, a guy who gets $3 million, then has the money to spend 500 of it, for a mount on Mirana. I think Toronto Tokyo is pretty much the reason he was wanting to win TI, so that he can buy this mount. I don't think I've seen this one for a very, very long time in a game, especially in a competitive one as well. But yeah, coming back to the draft here, if Hellraisers get a chance to play Dota in this one, if they don't get completely overwhelmed by losing the laning phase, I actually think they have a pretty decent shot at winning this one. Because when you look at Betboom, their ability to deal with the illusions is very limited. The best thing they're gonna have is the Viper with an Aghanim Scepter. So I'm really curious to see how well Hellraisers can create their space for the Hawk. Because if they, with these 4 heroes, manage to do what they did in the previous game, Hellraisers actually have a pretty decent shot.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. Maybe it's just because with how well Betboom played that last game. You know, again, it wasn't just down to individual. Well, I suppose it was with the Ember Spirit. You know, GPK looked really good, but the entire team looked good together. They seem like they know how each other plays. They've got each other's backs. And the coordination just looks really good for Betboom. And I think if they know they need to hit an early timer to come up against this Naga Siren. You know, we've already seen one Naga Siren today look incredibly powerful. And I don't think this Naga is going to get the same amount of time from Betboom. It's not going to get the same amount of just being ignored. And Betboom are going to try and step up against Hellraisers here in the second game.
I was thinking about ways like how can I get a Tsukomo, the mount for the Murana, maybe by going to the EGB site, you know, with your first deposit you get it doubled up to $600. So that would be quite a nice way to go for that one. But I don't know if I would use my winnings for a mount on the Murana. But man, look at it! It looks so awesome.
Yeah, it's a big bunny, isn't it? It's just it's
You don't like it?
It's all right. It's one of those status symbols, though, and it's like
it's okay for $3, right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's one of those, like, say you have it, so you may as well use it. He's got the red hair there as well. If we take a look at the items, he's got the Crimson Witness on the Murana as well. So it's a status symbol. It might not look good, but it's like the people that pay like £5,000 for a pair of like crappy shoes that look like they've just been taken out of the skip. Just because they look bad doesn't mean, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't show off and say, hey, look at how much these cost.
Okay, I like it. I think this is worth it, you know. Definitely worth it. Como, look at him.
Guys, don't give up.
Very nice. But Pure, he's gonna be sending some words of encouragement to his enemies. Don't give up, guys. Yeah, so it's very important for Hellraisers to keep their spirit up in this one, and I think they have a good lineup to threaten Betboom. They showed that they know how to move around the map, even against the team that is probably considered the best currently in the Eastern European region, or at least top 2 if you count in spirit. But they played their hearts out, and I think they have what it takes. So I'm really curious to see how this game is gonna go. But I think the laning stage is gonna be very important to look at. If Hellraisers get crushed, they might not ever get a chance to play this one.
No, and if Hellraisers do lose this, I mean, like you've talked about in the DPC before, that every game is going to count. And with how competitive the Eastern European region is this season, with Darksiders, with Betboom, with Team Spirit, Hellraisers, Na'Vi, you know, every single team looks like they want to compete in this, and it's going to be so. You need to win every single match to be in with a chance to get that top 3, to get yourself through into the major.
But you know, if Betboom are the best team, if they win against anyone, losing against them, not gonna be the worst of things for Hellraisers. You can always fight for second place, but second place isn't good enough, so they're gonna be fighting this one till the end. I'm mostly interested in this mid lane though. Once GPK hits level 3, Kiyotaka, tears are gonna flow.
Yeah, a GPK, he's going to be one creep away from it here now as well. He's just waiting for this range creep to get it. It's still a decent amount of damage coming through from the Flame Guard, from that Sleight of Fist, but you can see that GPK, he wants to secure that. He's just putting the harass out onto Kiyotaka, so now he does have that level 3. He's got 5 denies as well already on the Viper. That's just, it's nearly as many last hits that Kiyotaka's got, and Kiyotaka having to come in with the Sleight of Fist to try and do the damage, to try and secure those last hits. It's going to be so hard for him to come forward in this lane.
Kiyotaka is so lucky. I like what GPK did. He started getting the poison attacks in while Kiyotaka had while he was level 1 level 1 poison attack, or level 2, and then Kiyotaka walks up to the high ground. GPK gets level 3, the one hit that needs to give so much damage towards him, he misses. Then again, 2 hits in, Kiyotaka goes up the high ground, the one hit that he would, if he gets it in, he would continue the chase and maybe go for a kill. Again, it's a miss. So the gods of Dota are on the side of the Ember Spirit, and they should be, because picking a Viper into an Ember, that's I know, that's a hit below the belt for sure.
No, it's fine. Viper, everybody makes a big deal about Viper being picked, but he's a fine hero. It's not like you're an Arc Warden picker or a Tinker picker or something like that. You just, you're just playing the Viper. That's, yeah, no issues.
Worse. Anyways, you know, yeah, that lane is gonna be a struggle for Kiyotaka, but you know, he is getting something. Looking at the side lanes though, it's not like Betboom are crushing it. Of course, it's gonna take some time before you start applying pressure so that the Bloodseeker with the Thirst can be a real issue. But so far, so good for Hellraisers. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, Mero's trying to do some damage to Pure coming through with the Spirit Siphon, but you've got to think that he is just going to be able to... How many points? He's got the 2 points into the Thirst as well, so he's going to have the heals coming through the Blood Rights onto Mero. So Mero with the Spirit Siphon, he gets silenced after he gets it out, but Pure trying to do what he can to get these last hits. No, the deny. Oh, Samiro getting a little bit cheeky, though, with the denies. Trying to keep Pure on low health. And Teres with the Sticky Bomb as well. And that's something that Pure does have to watch out for if he's going to hang around low in these lanes. A Rogue Sticky Bomb comes in. It could be enough to get the kill onto Pure. So he has to be really hyper aware of where this Techies is.
For sure. But Pure finally, you know, you use your sticks, you get a little bit of last hits, and you're gonna be fine. And you know, side lanes, when we look at them, it's just gonna be a farm fest really here when we're looking at it. The kill potential is very limited unless Hellraiser's heroes drop down in terms of HP. And I think they made a conscious decision, guys. Let's not trade too much. Just make sure that we see us at least close to our enemies, and it's gonna be fine. Because if we get low, Pure is gonna start ramping up the kills, and it's much worse than missing out on 3 or 4 last hits.
Yeah, look at this as well. Even the Centaur for the neutrals getting involved onto Kiyotaka. There is gonna be he's trying to go for the Slight Fist, so he's trying to farm out onto the creeps where he can, but GPK is rotating over. There's gonna be a lot of damage onto Kiyotaka. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, it looks like they might try and go for another gank, and it looks like Save gets himself away there, saves himself, and Nightfall, he's just going to wander in. He's going to say, okay, you pulled those neutrals, I'm going to farm them with the Scorched Earth as well as the damage onto the Radiant creeps as well, and Antras being chased down, but Pure, he doesn't want to go underneath that tier 1 tower, doesn't want to overdive here, especially up against the Techies, who could, again, Sticky Bombs as well as tower damage, might be enough to take Pure down. He doesn't overcommit.
Remember this so far so good? Well, it's not so good any longer because Betboom started applying more pressure, and as soon as heroes start dropping low, Pure is starting to get ahead in his lane. It's hard for the Hawk to really farm better than the Doom, and Betboom are getting the lead in CS that they were looking towards.
No, it's a TP in though, Antara. It's just going to refill the bottle from Antaras. It wasn't to look to get overly aggressive. GPK does back himself up as well. Yeah, we've not checked in with an Argus Siren here, but if we take a look at the last, it's 20-3 as Doom Nightfall here on 31. So he is mid lane. We'll come back to this in a second. Kiyotaka going to be taking a lot of damage. GPK though should be able to get the kill. He is going to be able to get the kill onto the mid lane before he gets taken down himself. Antaras gets the revenge kill, but this actually might be enough. Toronto Tokyo, he doesn't have the leap. He's not going to go for it. Well, he does have the leap, but he's not going to go for it underneath the tier 1. And Antaras, he's going to be able to get himself back, but there might be a long wraparound. There's a ward that spots it though, so they're going to know where Toronto Tokyo is. And Antaras, the D-Ward comes out, yeah, Toronto Tokyo, knowing something that might be up. And Antaras just hangs himself back underneath the tier 1.
A lot of people will be like, why are you going onto the Viper? The thing is, they don't have a play on the map, and it's looking bad. No, Kiyotaka, he's gone.
He's only level 5. He doesn't have any remnants of Sticky Bomb to come in, but Ember Spirit, he's just going to be snuffed out there. His flame extinguished.
This is what happens when you're playing an Ember into a Viper. You just forget how to play Dota because you're like, I've just been put in a situation where it can't go well. And it really does feel that way right now. He's level 5. The Viper will be level 7. Even if you come to that lane, it's going to take a long time before you do. This Viper is just going to continue bullying you.
Yeah, and it looks like... Save? Bottom lane takes down solo, so at least it's not the hack.
That's your like good thing. Like at least they didn't kill the Nagasaran. They didn't even focus him. Nightfall did get low, but yeah, they just can't make plays right now on Hellraisers. They've lost the lane so much, and it has to be the Techies that gets level 6. I like that the mid lane was given to him. Kiyotaka, just go to the jungle, farm the jungle, allow the Techies to get the level 6 as fast as possible because it has to be on Taras that kills people.
Yeah, the Rupture comes out into Mero now as well. They want to try and make a move. Mero gets himself out of the blood, right? So he still got the Spirit Siphons up, but Toronto Tokyo could move in. Starstorm comes through, and Mero just has to stand there and take it. And Death Prophet's going to actually survive through that. The Spirit Siphon doing enough to take away from Pure, so he was not sure about risking his life even into that 2v1 fight. And yeah, okay, Mero survives even through the Rupture.
Yep. Just not enough damage on them. Bloodseeker is not a burst damage type hero, and that's the only way that you kill the Death Prophet, really. The way that the Bloodseeker works against the Death Prophet during the lanes, that you're so fast that the Spirit Siphon can't stay on top of you for a very long time. So it's not like you're a killing machine. You're more so just going to be out farming her.
Okay, I need to check because the Viper wants to go for the axe. It's no longer the cooldown on the Viper strike, is it? It's the corrosive skin and the nosedive.
Explanation?
Yeah.
He uses his nose to jump in. It doesn't have a big range, and it disarms people, and applies the double of the damage of the corrosive skin. Right. So for 4 seconds, people are disarmed. So it's actually a pretty solid ability if you're ahead. Sometimes it just falls flat, but I think when a mid lane Viper gets it, it's very tough to deal with because it's so much damage coming out from the corrosive skin. And also, anytime you hit the Viper, if you're 500 distance or closer from him, the corrosive skin is doing double the damage, and that makes it 64 per second. That's pretty much a radiance.
Yeah, and oh, did you actually take the tower? So Mero, as much as we said, pure, if we take a look at the net worth, having a good time, he's third in the net worth, so that's still, he's fourth in the net worth, so it's still a good time. But it looks like Mero, again in this lane, like the Beastmaster in the last game, he's just being uncontested. He knows he's got a decent amount of survivability on him as well with the 3 points into the Spirit Siphon, so he's going to be fine just pushing out and applying the pressure to this lane.
Ooh, Ember just lived, barely had a haze, but of course when you get doomed, you get dispelled. But he had the Remnant back, and Betboom didn't use those quite nicely. Kiyotaka now, he's turning around. Can they finally do something a little bit on the aggressive?
What was stolen? It's actually going to be the Sleight of Fist, stolen here by Save.
Doesn't have the lift though. If he had the lift there, the Ember would have died. But they used it earlier when they attempted to take his life in the first move, and now he didn't have it.
Yeah, and he might be able to get the chase down. He's got that Flame Guard up. Save has the telekinesis with the Sleight of Fist. It's like a Dragon Ball Z battle where you don't see it actually going on, but they are there punching each other.
And they're just dodging each other. First it was Kiyotaka dodging Save, and now it was Save dodging Kiyotaka. So that can happen. In the first time they clashed, none of them took any damage because the first Sleight of Fist and the Ember went on the creep, and while Save was he used the Sleight of Fist on the creep as well, and it didn't connect on him. So quite nice there. But Betboom, they finally want to kill Miero, and Miero, man, he has been very good at knowing when to back out in the previous game and this one as well. Considering that he doesn't have the Beastmaster this time around, so no added vision, it's actually a really nice read.
Yeah, he's got that spider sense, it was tingling there, so he just... I mean, you see the Viper. The Viper's got a double damage during there as well. You see the Viper and the Mirana missing off the map, not in the mid lane. Especially when the Emissary Kiyotaka is pushing it so far up. The alarm bells do start to go off, so... Yeah, good read there from Mero. Now they're going to smoke, look for something themselves here. Solo, looking for the wards. It's going to be the double ward as well. The Sentry as well as the Observer, both down in that same point. And can they actually go here? I mean, Kiyotaka, nothing, there's no rupture, there's nothing like that. And then Anta rotating in on the techies. But Pure, he's not playing overly aggressive.
I don't see Hellraisers making too many aggressive moves before they have the Searing Chains. It's really their only catch. So you need to have that one, and then with the Global Silence, you can open up the fight for you.
Yeah, and Solo is level 6, so he does have that Global if it's needed. While this is going on, though, Doom's just getting the free farm on the bottom lane, even pulling through into the neutrals here. He's got the Acorn shot, the Seed shot, so that is going to bounce around a little bit of extra farm speed if he wants it with the mana boots as well. So he is going to be going straight towards the BKB, it looks like. So, no Guardian's Greaves, no Pipe, nothing like that. Nightfall, he just wants to go straight for that BKB and then maybe look to start running down heroes.
Moonlight Shadow. Kiyotaka is going to be fine. Remember the previous game where GPK could do whatever he wants with an Ember? Kiyotaka can't do the same thing because he's going to be up against the Doom. So once the Doom comes out, even if the Global Silence is there, there is a chance that you're losing your life. But still, Hellraisers, I don't want to say they survived the laning stage. This is not good by any means, but they are still in this one. It's not over. They didn't get ran over. They took down 2 towers. The point of their lineup, what it does, it has been used, and now they are going for moves, finally having the chains. So maybe the Doom can die.
Yeah, 3 heroes, but the Tumblr Toy, did he get himself out of range here? He's got that Doom, he's just going to go straight for the TP.
Nice read.
Yeah.
Really nice read from the offlaners to stay alive in this game.
And now look at this. Mero on the top lane. Pure going to try and chase him down outside of the blood rate. The right click's coming through now. Pure. Does he have enough? It's going to be the double spirit siphon, the TP at Mero. No bash and nothing like that for Pure. So it was close. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades here. And Bloodseeker, not a horse, not a hand grenade either, I don't think. Wasn't able to get the kill.
The next hit was a Maelstrom proc, so I think that actually would have killed Miero if he got the hit off. But during the animation, he got the TP out. Still, now he does have the mech, and it's gonna be even harder to bring down now. So we're having a pretty passive game here. Save? Yeah, he gets the perfect spell to escape.
Yeah, he steals off with the mirror image. Global Silence will be coming through. Death Prophet here in the river as well. 37 seconds, but there's going to be the slight fist from the back lines. Kiyotaka gets a kill. Mero, he has to use that mechanism and the damage though. Do they have enough? GPK is going to try and go for the TB. He doesn't have it. He's going to be killed off. The 4 heroes inside that mosh pit with the Naga illusions as well just rips through the Viper. And he's not really, I mean, he's got a kill on the Ember Spirit, but I thought this was going to be like, in the laning phase, he was going to be looking at 3, 4, 5 kills on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, but still, Betboom. They won the laning phase. We talked about it. Your lineup wins the lanes. What now? Okay, I guess you can kill Antares, but it might not be the best positioning for Pure.
Yeah. I mean, is there going to be any response? There's going to be the rotation in from the Rubik now as well. Steals that slider first. Kiyotaka has remnants. Do they want to go on to Pure? I mean, there's going to be the curse coming through now as well as the last word from the silencer, but it's not going to be enough damage, and Solo's out of mana here as well, so he can't overcommit. I mean, Pure's back behind the tier 2, so you can't dive that anyway. And Pure, it's a little bit of harass, but he's going to be fine.
Dark is farming, Rob. The gold lead has stopped increasing, even though you have the Doom with the Midas. It is not that big of a deal. Of course, Nightfall will get the BKB, and then the game changes because he can just run in. But it's Betboom's lineup is slow, and Hellraisers, they showed in the previous game that they can play fast Dota.
Yeah, and Hellraisers, like you say, I genuinely thought they were going to put the aggression onto the Naga Siren here on the side of Betboom, focus down, but they're giving the space over to, they're not paying the respect to Dahak's Naga Siren, and he's finding that farm. He's got a little bit to catch up onto that Doom, but if you give them the time and the space, Naga Sirens, the one thing they do is farm, and they can come in, turn it around once the heart's out. Solo's going to go down, but they can turn this game around on its own here, this Naga.
Save is gone. I think he knew he was dead anyways after he used that spell. He was gonna die to the Arcane Curse either way. So he's just coming over to maybe try to keep the Ember Spirit in place long enough.
Oh, do they have the damage coming through? They do take down the techies, and I never ask you, I mean, I get this question asked all the time, but I've never really asked it as well. How do you feel about the techies remake? Because I saw the post about at TI11, TI10, techies wasn't contested at all, but across a lot of regions at the minute, seems like a really popular pick.
I think one of the reasons why the techies wasn't so popular in TI was because Eastern Europe wasn't that good, and of course Raid Pact was just a big problem for burst type heroes, right? Techies is a really cool hero now. He applies a lot of burst damage. He's not as annoying as he used to be, and we're gonna be seeing just how much he can hurt now here on I. Okay, we're not gonna be seeing anything because he pops the BKB and just wants to kill him. He hates this hero.
Run him down, the Scorched Earth and the Doom. Yeah, Nightfall. He's gonna go for the TB. No, with the mech. This is gonna keep. Is it gonna keep him alive? It's gonna keep him alive. It's gonna keep him alive.
It will.
Confirm you. How many times do I have to say it? Always confirm your kills.
He thought he confirmed it, but the mech comes out just in time. Miero, he was the only one that was gonna be able to save him. Any other TP doesn't even get the deny. He just dies.
Yeah, Kiyotaka being chased down now by Pure. Does he want to throw the Rupture? Bloodright's going to be there. There's going to be the diving from Antares now as well. And because he survived, well, never mind. He doesn't survive this time now. The chase onto Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker, though, he's looking for that BKB. The Rupture comes out to Kiyotaka. Where's the follow-up going to come from, though? Because they do get the kill onto Pure. And now the Kiyotaka, he just gets a good dive away to a Remnant. It's over the max range, and he's in the Remnant form anyway. So he just gets that dive away, and the TP to safety. Going to be able to wait out the Rupture, come right back into the lane. And here he is. He's back full health and full mana.
The gold lead is still slightly increasing, but Betboom, we are seeing the lackings of their lineup. Really, let's see now what the Viper can do with the Aghanims.
Yeah, look at this. There's going to be he tries to throw out Global Silence will be used. And again, the Spirit Siphon. Mero's trying to keep himself alive. They might even get the Rubik and GPK. GPK is going to get really down low. The rotation. So GPK does take down Mero. Goes down himself. And now Nightfall. Can he get himself out? Got the Centaur Stomp. But the Moonlight Shadow is gonna be what gets him out alive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Someone just gets into the stream and he thinks like, oh, Betboom are winning again, a 5k gold lead, but this game doesn't feel that way.
No.
Hellraisers are actually doing a really good job, and Naga Siren is getting towards the Orchid. Considering there's only going to be Bloodseeker and the Doom BKBs currently, any other hero can easily die, even the Viper. I'm liking the item he's going for on the Viper though.
Yeah, Kiyotaka takes down Toronto. It got closer than I thought it was going to be, actually, between Toronto, Tokyo, and Kiyotaka. Now they might be able to go into Pure again. Pure, he's still about 400 gold away from this BKB. He does not want to be taken down, so he needs to just run himself away from the aggression coming out from Hellraisers. But Pure, he's still taking it. He gets it, Mero. He gets it with the Crypt Swarm.
Dire's middle tower
He saw him on the ward. Look at that ward, that nice one that they have around the mid lane. There is a sentry from Betboom. They know they're being seen around this area, but this is a very cool ward spot. It really doesn't give you much vision, but it gives you so much information. And they brought Pure down again. That's delaying his BKB twice in a row that he dies. He wants to be part of these fights, but he just can't do it. It has to be Nightfall with his BKB who actually leads the charge.
And now, well, with Pure dead, Hellraisers, they might look to get aggressive again, but there's going to be the jump on the Doom. The arrow connects now as well. This is going to be a dead Death Prophet. I wonder if she predicted that one. Wall was stolen. It's actually going to be the net. No, the song comes out, though. The Naga Siren, he's still trapped in this net. The song, Kiyotaka gets the kill onto the backlines, but can they take down this... Dahak, can he get himself away? He's looking. He's got that TP. He just needs the vision. No, they're going to be able to get the Rupture off on him now as well. Dahak, at least he steals off the Bounty Rune, but he still gets taken down. 3 heroes dead. They do take down both supports, but Hellraisers, they lose 3.
Finally a change in this game, and it's coming out from the Blink Dagger of the Doom. He has the War Stomp, he has the Infernal Blade, setting up for the arrow and getting that first initial kill. That is very important for Betboom, because when you look at their lineup, they don't really have burst, but if a hero gets doomed and you pop a BKB, you are going to be able to run him down. So Betboom, they're going to be quite happy that they can do it now, but still, mid lane tower, it's standing, which means Hellraisers smoke kill into Roche with an exorcism. They can take it, and that is something that would give them a really nice edge in this game. That is something that Betboom has to be very, very scared of.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, actually... Do they have the lift up? They might be able to get the kill. They are going to be able to get the kill onto the Santa and the D-Ward there as well. Really nice grab onto Solo.
He got their ward down, so he's not going to be too mad about it. You now place another one if you're Betboom, but really a silencer isn't that big of a deal. He's going to be up in 17 seconds, global silence at the ready, so even if Betboom would try to go for this mid lane tower, it wouldn't end up too good for them.
Yeah. What's the Viper going towards? He's got the ultimate orb.
Manta.
Manta? Okay.
Radiant are scared.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I would have preferred the Lotus, just for the ability to put it on your teammates as well, and the armor is very nice against the Naga. But I think with this one, GPK is showing that he wants to be able to scale.
Yeah.
And Vipers can be very dangerous late gamers. The problem with the Viper is that the hero farms very slowly, right? And he's very slow to move around the map. But if you get like 5 items in a Viper, you can be a very nasty right clicker.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I saw the ultimate orb, I was thinking the Viper, I wouldn't mind seeing the Skadi on the Viper. To try and deal with the Death Prophet, because the Death Prophet is just, how many times now we've seen, he's died a couple of times, but Mero keeping himself alive with these Spirit Siphons going in the fights, even when there's 2-3 heroes on top of him, he's just draining all of this life, keeping himself going, and Skadi on the Viper, maybe even the Bloodseeker, as a way to try and apply the pressure onto that Death Prophet.
Nightfall is jumping aggressively.
Speaking about jumping aggressively, Kiyotaka, the Rupture comes out. Ember Spirit does have those remnants. He might even be able to get onto Pure. He has to run himself away from this one. The Flame Guard doing so much damage, and Pure, even with that Rupture going on the Ember Spirit, it's Pure that's running away.
Yeah, but Kiyotaka didn't want to chase. He understood that the Bloodseeker was holding on to the BKB, so he was baiting him in. If you come over and get lifted up by the Rubik, let's say, you just die. So nice read from both of them when when it was time to just go away without anyone dying and anyone putting themselves in any excessive risk.
Yeah, and how's Pure... Is this another Manta? I suppose the Mantas make sense for both of the cores, you know, being able to, if the Searing Chains comes through, if the net comes through from the Naga Siren, there
are multiple silences, and there's a net, and there's the chain. Like, so many reasons to get a Manta style this game. It's just such a value item. Manta styles, the Guardian Greaves, the Lotus Orbs for Betboom, they're gonna be something that they want.
Here it is. I mean, the Rush is up in 12 seconds. GPK is going to be coming in with the Moonlight Shadow as well. Silenced off. They know this Roshan's being attempted. Doom could try and go for the Blink as well. But do Betboom try and take... the longer they can keep Miro out of this with the Exorcism going, the better this fight's going to go for Betboom here. But it was a good start for Hellraisers, but the rotation in from GPK completely interrupts this Roshatantan. It looks like they're not even going to try and go back for it.
This is the problem for Hellraisers. They don't have good initiation. That is the downside of their lineup, right? So they need to rely on the Naga Siren. They need to rely on the lanes being pushed out and then going for objectives like that. Catching someone, it's a little bit tougher, especially if Betboom are together.
Yeah, and Nightfall now, he's got the Boots of Travel, so he can respond to any aggression that comes out from the side of Hellraisers. Get himself... Oh, they might even find Solo. Smoke's going to break. The Infernal Blade comes in. He might not even need to use the Doom. The arrow connects, and Toronto Tokyo gets the kill.
Yeah, it's just much easier to play for Betboom ever since they got the Blink Dagger on the Doom. There were times when you're like, okay, what now? You want the laning phase, but what now? Yeah, we're gonna get the Blink on the Doom, and we're just gonna crush everyone. And Antares is in trouble now as well. Yeah,
the Sticky Bomb comes through, and... He's a big tanky boy here, the Doom, so there's not going to be much for... And maybe they're going to be able to get the Doom to kill Taka? The rest of the team are walking away?
Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
What?
Okay, guys, I screwed up, but don't give up. Just don't give up. Everything is fine, and now you're going to be losing a bonus hero as well. Yeah, he felt confident because of the BKB, but he got caught by the lift, he got doomed, and... you just die because of that. Yeah, well, overly confident.
Yeah, and they're gonna... Well, it's gonna be the extra kill onto the Techies. They lose the tier 1 tower in the mid lane now as well. What?
Remember during the draft we were talking about it? GPK in the previous game, he is an Ember with the silencer, he can't die. In this game, it's different because you're up against Doom. And once you get Doom, the global silence, it's really not gonna change anything. You're just dead.
Yeah.
He needs a Lincolns. He really needs a Lincolns.
It just broke my brain that the rest of them are running away. And like you say, you might feel a little bit confident there with the BKB. But they know the Doom's up the hill. Why?
Yeah, you literally saw him there because his deck is just gone out.
They are going to go back towards Roche. There's not going to be an Exorcism. Well, Exorcism is back up if he wants to pop it out. This is going to be a second attempt, and they know the Doom's down. 70 seconds on that. So this might be the
win. Wanted it to be used.
You know
he
what?
Wanted the Doom to be used so they can keep the Aegis.
5D chess. He's playing on a whole different, like, completely dimension to me. Getting out that Doom so they can go back into the Roche pit, get this going on. Bloodright comes through. Global Silence will be there, though. Miro chasing down Kiyotaka. He pops that BKB. They might be able to chase onto the Viper. The Viper has that Manta coming up in 1 second. Does he want to try and pop it? Kiyotaka again with the BKB. So they get the kill onto the Viper. He will go down. And it's going to cost him too, though. It cost him the Death Prophet. It might actually cost him Kiyotaka. Kiyotaka is going to get low. But the song, it's going to save his life. The TP and Antares will go down again. And Save gets it, though, with a Fade Ball. But now they move themselves in great position in here from Betboom. You know, they forced out a buyback from the Silencer there as well. The Global Silence is down. They take down the Death Prophet. And now it's going to be Betboom's turn to move into this pit. And Hellraiser's turn to contest. And it doesn't look like they're even going to be able to do this.
Yeah, that, you know, they might be playing 5D chess, but they're not particularly good at it. I'm going to say, because, yeah, that didn't work out. The main problem is Rubik had a Sleight of Fist, and he's just spamming it in the pit and finding the right initiation. When they find the right initiation, it's just over. And imagine if the Viper had the Manta a little bit earlier, he might not even have died. So it's just a disaster. And Nagasar now surrounded by so many heroes.
Yeah, the Doom comes out for the Naga. Well, didn't even have the song anyway, and they're just going to be able to jump out. That 3 heroes waiting. Nightfall gets the kill, and yeah, with that play to maybe bait out the Doom to go into the Roche pit, it was a calculated risk, but boy, are Hellraisers bad at maths.
Yeah, now they are broken. Hellraisers now are broken. The Naga Siren cannot split push the map. You've killed her as well, and you can get the Roche. Roche was a really nice objective that Hellraisers could pull Betboom into so that the Hawk can spread out the map. Now when the Roche falls, you don't have that objective, and you're going to be forced into a fight, which because of the Goldie, you cannot win.
Yeah. At least, well, Pure gets this Aegis. How's he looking as well? He's at the Maelstrom, so he wants to go back. He wants to find himself worthy of the power of 4 here. Get that Melania out, and he's going to be able to get the Hyperstone. If he wants to maybe swap out his wand, something like that, yeah, he's going to be able to buy that up. Just waiting on a recipe. And you know what Techies is waiting on? He's waiting on a hero. But it doesn't matter. He's going to be taken down. Pure was able to get the final bit of damage there to get the kill onto the Techies.
Yeah, you know, maybe Pure is a hero. Maybe he saved him there from a long and painful death. Just one hit and he takes him down. Mjolnir now, as you mentioned, it's gonna be done in no time. His career is already there and is gonna have it very, very soon.
Yeah, Kiyotaka, he's got the Rod of Atos as well. Just to try and... He's going towards the Gleipnir because he has the Maelstrom, so it's going to be some nice control. But again, the Mantas, the BKBs coming out. Even if he gets off a good Gleipnir, I don't know how effective that's going to be against the side of Betboom. And he's got to be really careful about this, because if he gets caught out with the Blood, he's got a Remnant that he can jump to in his, his spell slot. But the wraparound's coming. They've got the Lockdown, they've got the Stomp, they've got the Doom. They're going to be able to pick up the Ember Spirit.
Now it's just so easy for them to play. You're seeing he's going for a Gleipnir. He's not even thinking about the Lincolns because he understands that his team needs more catch currently. That is the problem for Hellraisers. They don't have a way to start off the fight. And Betboom are just using that fact so nicely because they're going around. Stolen Song?
He wasn't in range. The tail was close, but the TP comes out just a second sooner.
Oh, that was so cool from Save, man, because he forced himself in. He was actually at the edge of the song when he used the Force Staff, so very nice understanding of just what the range of the song is, and that would have just been like a morale crusher for Hellraisers if they lost the Naga.
Yeah, oh, Pure. I mean, there's 3 heroes. They're going to be able to get the net. He pops that Manta style. The Exorcism is going to be here now as well. Pure still has that Aegis. What are they going to be able to do with this? I mean, Mero trying to chase down. He's got... Sweet. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. He's got Guardian's Greaves, and that's not going to help him in the chase against Pure.
That's definitely not. He is going for a Lotus, which is actually a really nice item against the Doom, against the Viper, against pretty much everyone other than the Mirana on the Betboom side. But the gold lead is way too big. This is the thing, this Hellraisers lineup, it has the potential to play the late game, but the gold lead is so huge that they're just lacking way too much in terms of items.
Yeah, and we talked about how, I talked about how, even with the heart, with the Orchid coming out, the Manta style, that is the turning point here for the Naga Siren. But at the minute, Nightfall gets a kill on Mero. This Naga isn't capable of 1 versus 5, and Betboom, they are pushing Hellraisers all over the map. Some great back and forth, finding the kills to Hack. Now going to be caught. He doesn't have that song for 20 seconds. He's going to try and pop the Manta style. Global Silence comes out now as well. Viper, what's he going to try and do? He pops the BKB. There's going to be the jump around here for the Viper. But again, the song this time coming out for the Rubik. Do they have enough? Trying to get themselves out. They get the kill onto the Viper. Can he go into save? Save. He wasn't going for that TP. So he does leave himself in danger. But the rest of the team now coming in to back him up. They get the Doom onto the Ember Spirit. Can they go even further now as well? Save. Is he going to be saved, or will he still tick down? He will still tick down. But they still get a good chunk of damage onto Hellraisers from that.
Look at Antares. He's breathing heavily, man, here for sure. But he needs to tone it down because they might hear it. Okay, he'll be fine. Very nice move from him. Not too bad for Hellraisers. They're gonna be happy with that fight, fighting the Viper. That was the reveal of the Bloodstone. He almost survived through all of it, but I guess once you pop the BKB, the Viper doesn't really hurt you all that much. He is in need of some added armor, so that's why he wants the Shiva's guards. Shiva, Lotus, I would be okay with both.
Yeah, Nightfall as well. He's doing his job. He's looking around with this the gem. He's just looking to do a little bit of de-warding where he can. Gonna be seeing just a sentry or two, nothing major as he does move around the map. But the Hack, is this? No, it's a butterfly. I just saw the Talisman of Evasion. Was like Radiance? No, yeah, straight butterfly. He's already got the 2 items, so he's gonna be able to complete on that. But still,
Radiant's bottom tower
it's still hard if he gets doomed. You know, if the Viper is going to go, like I say, back for the Shivas, so no MKB there. Bloodseeker, he wants his shard. So, you know, he's going to have that extra bit of, especially up against the Naga Siren, with the heart. You know, popping that Blood Rage on yourself, doing max health damage up against the Naga Siren. All of a sudden, this heart isn't as attractive as it was.
It's not, but Naga Siren is a beast, you know.
Yeah.
The hero not to be underestimated. You're seeing that Betboom, they're itemizing against her. They know they can lose the game to this hero, so that's why they need the Shiva.
The arrow's going to be off the mark with the right clicks coming through, and Pure. I don't know if he was expecting it. I think he maybe just wanted the extra attack damage coming through from the Manta style there to get the kill. I don't know if it was like he was expecting a global, because the globals only just come back up.
The Blast Rig was the...
Oh, is that what it was? Ah, okay.
So that's why he popped the Manta. The second that the Blast Rig popped, he would have missed a lot of the hits. You don't want to risk anything there, so you just use the Manta and you're going to be fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
A big
is
problem
under
now,
attack.
Rob.
Just now?
Radiant's bottom
As
tower
a refresher.
But that is a big problem.
Okay, so
Radiant's middle
you're
tower
making
is
fun of
under
me.
attack.
That really is a big problem. You know, I'm gonna be erasing this hero and that one as well. So now you're gonna have two. Lotus Orb on the Death Prophet. Maybe you can return it to the Doom so that you
Yeah.
can only one. But no, Hellraisers, they're still in it. The Naga Siren is still close to the top of the network chart. Her illusions are hard to deal with, so it's still not over. Obviously, Betboom are so far ahead, but it is not over. Hellraisers, you know, one fight, one time they catch Betboom off guard and they transition it into 1 or 2 kills in the Roche, and they're back in it and gold-wise as well. Of course, it's not gonna be easy to happen, but it is a possibility, especially with the illusions consistently forcing out Betboom to react.
Yeah, smoke coming through here from the side of Betboom. It is only going to be the two heroes looking for a smoke break onto Vision. But they actually might be able to find it. It might actually be Antares. No, the smoke does break. He still gets a blink up. He throws out the Doom. Even with the taser coming through here for the techies is going to go down. No mechanism from the Death Prophet to save him this time.
Yeah, the Nightfall was gonna secure that kill for sure. Pure gets low.
Kiyotaka, save. Does he actually get himself out of the Bloodseeker? Because the Bloodseeker, but there's going to be the diving Nightfall, and Kiyotaka, he wants to go for it. Is there going to be the Infernal Blade? He doesn't get the TP away. And now the Glepnir, though, it looks like the Doom just wants to get himself out, not overcommit, and he sees that Pure was already away with the TPs, just protecting his carry, the Nightfall, and then immediately away.
Not easy for Betboom to find the right fight. Not easy for them to surprise their opponents because, again, their heroes are slow moving around the map. Viper, Doom, these heroes just don't really have any mobility. Whereas on the other side, you have the Naga Siren illusions and you have the Ember who's going to be anywhere he needs to be. So that is what is allowing Hellraisers, despite the 20k gold deficit, to get themselves in somewhat of an okay position. You know, those are 2 Dooms used and you only kill the techies. So it's not ideal for Betboom for sure. And it gives Hellraisers the confidence to go for a smoke.
Yeah, Nightfall, though, he's just trying to push out the lane, keep that pressure on, especially with the double catapult. And now, TPing, he actually TPs all the way back to base, so not towards the mid lane where I thought, you know, the tier 2 to maybe try and join in this fight, as Mero revealing who they caught out now. There's going to be a leap away. It's actually going to be onto the Mirana. And the blast off, it doesn't actually connect. Now Antares could be in trouble. There's going to be the Ul Scepter coming out. But is it going to be off Antares? It's going to be a really nice Lotus to support the Viper strike back onto GPK. But the dive in, the damage coming through. Song, is it still going to be off Antares? He's getting low. He's still taking down the Blood Right. The Rupture. They get the kill onto the techies.
Antares, he was low enough so that they could see him.
Yeah, and that's going to be... It opens up because, I mean, Antares... He's denying so much space with the blast off, you know, with the mines coming in, that it was a good target to take down. And now they can look for more. There's not going to be the TP because there is going to be the TP. It just faded on the map, and they find Solo. Centaur Stomp comes out. The right-click damage, the Scorched Earth. Doesn't even need the second Doom. Just takes down the Silencer, and that's going to be both supports here on the side of Hellraisers being taken down. Nightfall going to be able to, again, push out this lane.
It's really bad that Hellraisers allowed Betboom to get towards their triangle, because the thing is now, once Betboom deward all of this vision, if they find the one there right next to the Roche pit as well, Hellraisers won't be able to fight Roche, and that is a problem. Roche is their way back into this game. They're pushing out the silence and stuff like that. But Roche is where you're gonna be forced into a fight, or you're gonna give the advantage to the enemies that you're not gonna be able to fight against. Plus, it's gonna be a shard for the Seeker, and we already talked about just how impactful that is gonna be damage-wise against the 3k HP Naga Siren.
Yeah, and he's got the Abyssal Blaze being started on you. He's already got the Basher, so he's going to go for the Abyssal Blade. In fact, oh no, it's this actually going to be? It's going to be the Death Prophet again. It's just, you're getting caught out. At least Kiyotaka gets himself away, but the Doom coming through here, and he immediately refreshes, so he's got that second Doom. Roche, 8 seconds away. This could be 57 seconds without the Death Prophet. No buyback. This could be a perfect time here if they actually see the Roshan and move themselves into the pit.
Perfect timing for Pure. He walks in and the Roche spawns. It's like someone gave it to him, literally. Without the DP, you have no team fight, really. You can just poke. So Hellraisers now, they're gonna have to let it go. Go for the thing that they've been doing for the entirety of the game. Split push, go for the side lanes. The Hawk was thinking about a Hex, but he decides to go for a Silver Edge. So I would like the Hex more, because it gives you the ability just to kill someone at the start of the fight.
GPK takes down Solo in the mid lane now as well, so no global stance. He does have the buyback, but they can't even contest into this rush. And that's the Roshan shard as well, so Bloodseeker doesn't even need to spend the extra gold. Can carry on going towards the Abyssal Blade now as well. The jump in Nightfall, he gets the Infernal Blade off. Antares, the Centaur Stomp. I don't think Nightfall swapped out the Centaur Stomp for the entire game. I think he's had it for all of it.
No reason to. This is the spell that they need. They need the Blink Initiation Hero, and this is what he brings in with that.
The Gleipnir comes out, but there's going to be the bash. Oh, he gets the dive away. He's got a remnant, but Kiyotaka. Oh, that first hit basher. Kiyotaka. Heart was in my mouth. I don't know how he felt.
He had the Aesthetics cap, so it's okay. He knew it wasn't gonna last long enough. But either way, I think you just don't have the damage on the Seeker to get the kill. Not until you get the Abyssal. Once you get the Abyssal, you get the Bash, and then the Abyssal follow-up. That is when Kiyotaka needs to be careful, especially now because he swapped out the Aesthetics cap for the Timeless Relic, which I don't know if is the smartest of choices. Maybe Death Prophet might be better with the Aesthetics cap. I don't know, but surviving the initial stuns and bashes, I think, is very, very important.
Yeah, safe though. They might be able to make a dive. The Doom comes out. Song. Is this going to be enough for the Death Prophet? The Death Prophet can't TP. Is Doom. The Song only going to last so long. And now the chase is on. Yeah, it's going to be the Blink. They catch up immediately back onto the Death Prophet. The Death Prophet, even with the Doom wearing off, the right click, the Infernal Blade, the BKB from Nightfall. Global Silence has been used, but there's going to be the TP in and the dive forward now as well, because he's got those boots of travel too. So GPK might take a lot of punishment. He has that Bloodstone, but he's going to be killed off. Kiyotaka at least gets that kill. Antares is going to be taken down now, though. The buyback comes through from everybody on the side of Hellraisers. The Abyssal Blade is bounced back because of that Lotus and Bloodseeker.
Beautiful.
That's going to be the Aegis, but he's got a refresher. What else can he do here? He's going to be able to refresh immediately. And BKB out if he needs to. He immediately pops that now as well. And yeah, Mero, they were waiting around, but the Rupture comes out onto the Death Prophet, and Death Prophet's slow, so he's got to be careful about how far forward he does move. But at the Force Staff, Bloodseeker, can they get him away? The Mantis Style does get popped, and yeah, he will finally get himself out of that, but it was looking risky. And Pure is just going to say he's not going to try and overstay his welcome. He does just back himself out now.
Viper just not doing enough in these fights. He's switching it up. He's like, I need a BKB. It's really a problem. He gets hexed up, he gets silenced up, and the Manta style in itself isn't enough. That is why I was kind of hoping he would go for that Lotus Orb at some point in the game, or a BKB. He went for neither. He got a little bit greedy with the Bloodstone, which I think the item is a miss. And if Betboom lose this game, it's most likely gonna be because of that one, because it's not giving anything to the Viper. Even when he gets it out, it's not enough. You're not a Lesh. You do a lot of AoE damage, but you're not a Lesh. It's not healing you that much.
Yeah, and to hack now, he's got that Silver Edge. He's going to go back towards the Hex. Just watching Mero on that top lane. He saw the Techie's man explode, immediately just uses the Lotus on himself and just starts to back himself away. The dive in, but the Viper strike is actually going to bounce back to the Viper. The Viper, he needs to get the Force Staff away because the Spirit Siphon as well doing a whole lot backline. So BKB not used from the Doom. What's going to be stolen? It's going to be the Song. Can he turn it around? He's actually going to be walking himself in. So it looks like Hellraisers, they're at least going to catch up the Death Prophet. Zolo goes down as well. Nightfall gets the kill there.
The supports of Betboom are doing such a good job staying out of the range of the song, so that
Yeah.
they can steal it or use the arrow to stop the TP. So beautifully done. Stolen Song is a problem. Save, he also has the shard. So this song is going to be healing his teammates as well. That's 40% HP that they're going to be getting back. And that means that the Viper is not going to die that easily.
No, and now in the mid lane, Safe moving himself away to dive forward, but the hack was already back. Look at the Doom as well. He's got 4,000 health now with this overwhelming blink. He wants to be able to get himself the Aghanim's Blessing so he can get the AoE Doom off. This is going to be massive. If he gets that onto anyone on the mid to back lines, you know, or if he dives in himself with the overwhelming blink, there's not going to be a global silence. You know, the Ember Spirit can't dive himself away. The multi-Doom coming out here from the Doombringer. This is going to be a massive spike in potential here for the Doom.
Nightfall is so rich, it's insane. At some point, he's just gonna be starting to give out some moon shards to his teammates, because this is just insane how farmed he is.
Yeah, and look at this now as well. Pure on the front lines. The Abyssal Blade, he wants that Swift Blink now as well. A Nightfall, he's just going to come right in. He gets that dive in now as well. The Doom comes off, and it's going to be onto the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, he needs to keep away from the rest of his team. He had the refresh now as well. Song onto at least the Doom, but that's going to be 4 heroes dead. The hack just has to go back into the fountain, which is going to open up the base. Now, 10 seconds till there's going to be 2 more heroes up. Silencer can buy back, but how much damage can Betboom do while these heroes are still down?
What did he buy? I am looking at it. What the hell did he buy? He had the scythe in the previous fight. Why does he have no gold? It seems like he just wasn't able to farm anything.
What's on his courier? Yeah, nothing on the courier. He just, yeah.
He's just poor.
Yeah, he's just poor.
So look at how GPK is playing, because he knows without the Ember they don't have enough damage, and he knows that the Rubik has the song, so he can heal him back up to almost full. And yeah, the lane of Rax is gone. I think they're unsure about the Ember buyback. He doesn't have any new items. I really like the Ember's items though. We talked about the lack of initiation on the side of Hellraisers. Him having the Hex, Sleight of Fist into a Hex is actually a really good initiation, especially if you're starting to get close with the Naga Siren.
Yeah, it's a lot of utility though. The Ember Spirit, he's making the best of a bad situation. I don't deny that. Do they have the reveal? They do. They have that gem. They're going to be able to find it now as well. The global silence comes out, but it doesn't matter. The BKB comes out afterwards, and the Doom is going to be a self-cast to try and chase down the Infernal Blades. The damage coming through onto this Naga Siren. He's just going to be fried. That is, well, no, sushi's cold, so it's just fried fish, as my analogy breaks down at the end. And so did the Naga Siren break down towards that gank.
Oh, that was beautiful positioning coming out from Toronto Tokyo. He's really getting used to the position 5. He put the ward onto the high ground, and he was waiting to break a smoke, but it was actually the Naga Siren going around with the Silver Edge, and he just pings her out. The Doom has been having this Boots of Travels level 2 for the majority of the game. You're just seeing how fast he's moving around the map, because look at the cooldown on his TP. This is not right. It's not 30 seconds because he has the Octarine Core. It's 20 seconds. Yeah. So he's everywhere.
Yeah, he is, and it's being able to get the immediate blinking with the overwhelming, you know, that refresh as well into the Doom. Solo's going to be careful. There might be a blink into an Infernal Blade, but there's going to be the Force Staff. Yeah, Solo, he saw the last of the Scorched Earth doing a little bit of damage to him there, I think, on that Silencer, so he just immediately goes for the Force Staff away. What's this going to be? This is going to be a song. This is going to be a setup. A Nightfall. They might go even further now as well. They found out the Naga Siren. Naga Siren he's not going to be able to turn it around with the song of his own. And now, well, at least with the mirror image coming through, but Nightfall, he has his BKB. It's going to be wearing off. They get the kill onto Solo on the backlines. They might be able to go into Kiyotaka now as well. Kiyotaka trying to hide himself in the trees. He's not going to be spotted, but he does dive in, and now he's going to be trying to go for the TP away. He gets himself out. He gets himself out. That's going to be good for Hellraisers, but they do still lose the Silencer.
Oh, Doom needed 1 second for the refresher to refresh his BKB and then Doom the Naga Siren, and he couldn't get it, and because of that the Hawk got the TP off. Other than that, if the Doom did pop his refresher, it was just 1 second separating. He would have been able to cancel out the TP, the Hawk would have died, and that would have been the end of the series. Not saying that much is gonna change given that the gold lead is 50k, but at least it's not immediately over.
And it's another death on the Death Prophet. So, GPK, yeah, the Naga, if they can find a good setup fight of their own, then there's no reason Hellraisers get a good couple of pickoffs, but it just seems like Betboom, they have this momentum, they have the position, and they know exactly where to be moving on the map to be the ones initiating the fight. And Hellraisers, they've not had a chance to initiate a fight in a good long time.
Don't give up, guys. Don't
Now with this kind of gold lead and with the mid lane being taken down, the split push isn't there any longer for Hellraisers. Betboom have all of the items they need to deal with the Naga Siren, the Shiva, the Mjolnir, you know, even the supports has some hexes, the Rubik has the BKB, and it just becomes impossible right now. Naga Siren, even though she's solid at the late game, she's also a timing-based hero. Her timings have been missed because the enemies are just so farmed on every single one. And even when she gets the Hex, pretty much every single hero on Betboom has a way of saving themselves or saving their teammates.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the Rubik has the shard as well, so he's going to have that save. Like you say, everybody having a way to deal with this now. And Hellraisers, they can't even get that split push out because anytime they do, GPK just comes in with the nosedive. There's the Shivas. In fact, he's going to ignore the illusions now, diving right onto Solo. There is going to be the Doom coming out, but the Global Silence comes through. They still get the lockdown onto the Ember because of that self-cast on the Doom.
He still can't get enough money for a buyback. The only one that is getting some farm is the Naga Siren. He's the only one that pretty much doesn't need it.
Yeah, and
guys. Don't give up.
pure.
За 20 з нього вже результат.
Maybe you see, even though his team are ahead, you know, he's putting the pep talk into Hellraisers, but this is it's gonna be a Roche, and there's no way with the Ember Spirit being down and the Naga Song being down there as well. There's no way for Hellraisers to try and contest this. Surely.
Let's go Blood Mist. Are they gonna give it to Pure? Or is it gonna be Save? Yeah, Save is saying it's mine. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing a Rubik show a little bit though. I'm not sure that Hellraisers live long enough for the Rubik really to make a difference in a fight. But look at his items.
You
look
were
at him.
joking, right, with the Blood Mist?
No.
Really?
Oh, I'm not saying it's good, but I was like, let's go, because we never see it, right?
Yeah, we never see it because it's bad. It's as bad as a troll pick.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Look at Pure jumping in. Imagine if he had the Blood Mist now. I mean, nothing would change.
Yeah, wow, Solo gets hit by the Rupture. It will be fading off, but there is going to be the Doom coming through here from the Doombringer. And he's got that refresh as well if he wants to dive himself in again. It was great between like 3 or 4 heroes are disrupting the aggression coming out onto Pure, and Pure again has that Aegis, but it was a good save by his teammate, and now he's going to be able to refresh if he wants to come right back into this here on the Doom.
I don't know if you're noticing, but Nightfall is using his TP pretty much as a blink. Because when you have the bots level 2, the TP is 2 seconds, right? It's not 3, so it gets reduced. So he's like right next to the fight, but he's still TPing in because he knows that he's going to be covering that ground much faster in those 2 seconds of a TP than he otherwise would. And I'm just going to stop looking at this gold lead. It's just demoralizing, really. 65,000 gold lead for Betboom. And Hellraisers, they say, it's not about money, so they are giving us life lessons here as well. It's not all about money. It's also about love, about dedication, about you know, being humble as well. And they're gonna show us that even with that one, they can hold their ground.
It still is though a 65k net. Well, I haven't looked at it for a long time. It's 65k, 66. If Hellraisers come back from this, then they deserve to go straight to TI. Don't even don't even put them in the majors. Just send them straight to TI.
You're saying that because their ability to come back from this one is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah. You can see that, again, GPK coming forward. He's got the damage, the dive in from the Doom. He gets it off. It's the self-Doom there as well, so the Lotus not even going to play an effect there. And it looks like they're going to be able to clean up. Again, we're going to see some more fountain diving. It looks like Pure. He's just moving himself back. Still has that Aegis. It will be popped, but the second Doom comes through. It's going to be onto the Death Prophet. Again with the self-cast, excuse me. The second Doom from the first Doom's effect, as he does have the refresher into that second Doom if he wants to throw it out.
Don't give up, and here we see words of encouragement. We're gonna say to Hellraisers as well, don't give up, even though it's looking like they can't do anything. Oh, a nice dodge of the arrow with the BKB on Kiyotaka.
Yeah, 73k net worth lead. Have we even ever seen a 100k net worth lead in a game?
Yes. There were times.
Oh, Antaras gets the dive in. He might be able to do something. Global Stance comes out and Pure. He's just going to go for the right clicks here onto Hack as well with the Abyssal Blade. But Pure is getting low. He needs to get himself out. He pops the Manta. He gets lifted up by the Telekinesis now as well from the Rubik. So that's going to be some extra safety. Viper might not be so lucky. I love this. Rubik, he's stolen the remnants. He's just having himself right. He's having fun with it. You know, and that's the main thing, that people have fun.
Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
They pause the game. Maybe there are some, you know, when the game goes to 50 minutes and there's so many things flying around, sometimes the PCs or even Dota, the FPS drops, so you need a little bit of a pause. So they're giving a kind of reason? No. Okay, so the reason is they are hyping up their opponents just to make them stay in this game for as long as possible. But really, I really have to praise Betboom. They have played an amazing series. Really, in this game in particular, I thought because they went in for just the lanes that they're gonna struggle a little bit in the early mid game. But even with that, they gave away a few kills to Hellraisers just until Nightfall got his blink, and once he did, it was over. And really, they played so well around it. They're moving so well around the map. You can see that their communication is crisp, and it's just amazing to watch them play here.
Yeah, I like that. There's a pause for the toilet, as if this game's going to go on for like another half an hour or something. You know, these players, they're in for the long haul.
You gotta go, man.
It's true. True.
Imagine someone having an accident. I mean, he would have to live with it for his entire life, and all of his teammates just constantly making fun of him, you know. So better just pause and run to it.
Yeah, Nightfall here as well. He's got 8k gold. He's gonna be able to get himself a moonshot from this. In fact, he's already taken away the Hand of Midas is gone. It is out, and he's still getting the gold through. It's gonna be.
Look at Kiyotaka's quick buy. He's at game ruining mode. He's done. He is done.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that, Kiyotaka, but it's a good effort at least.
So I'm trying to see if Hellraisers, if there's any big items coming out. Like Naga Siren, she's 7 slotted and still wants an 8th item. It's not like he's going for an Aghanim Scepter or something along those lines. I don't even know what he would rather use. I guess in a fight, you don't use the power treads, but when it comes to split pushing, you want your illusions to have the extra movement speed. Yeah. It's just hard.
Solo, he's going for that. I mean, we talked about how ridiculous, or to me, how ridiculous last game, the 35 minutes. I reasoned myself into it, but the 35-minute Hand of Midas for a Santa, it's going to be, at the minute, a 53. Getting probably, by the time he's got the gold, what, a 55, 56-minute Hand of Midas here for a Silencer.
If he gets it. If there's not a fight that happens right now and they lose the game. I mean, you're not getting out of your base. Rubik with an Aghanims and this Remnant, he's just everywhere.
And look at this as well. They don't even throw the Doom. The Lotus Orb comes out here from Mero. BKB into the Rupture, and this is what happens when you leave your base. He's dead. 74 seconds. I'm going to flick over to the buyback on the sidebar. He doesn't have it. He's already used it 5 minutes before that buyback here for the Death Prophet.
Hellraisers are getting out of their base, you know, but as time progresses, the gold lead gets even more and more demoralizing, and we are going towards that 100k. Did you ask if ever happened? I know it did. I just cannot think of the game right now, but I know there were times when it did happen. But Betboom, they want this one to end. No reason to wait for tier 5 items, really.
No, not even going to wait for the next Roshan. They just want to be going straight in, cleaning it up, going for Megas, applying the pressure to Hellraisers so they can take control of this base. There's going to be the Doom coming in. It's going to be onto the Doom himself, so Antares being affected by this. Can he get himself out? He can, because Pure's going to go for the jump. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Solo. 4 staffs come through, right back into the base, but there's going to be the Blood Right being dropped to Hack. Does he want to come through? Mirror Image gets dropped now as well, and Doom, this first Doom will be wearing off, but yes, what about the second Doom? And there it is. They get the mute, they get the silence over onto the Ember Spirit, and Ember Spirit's going to be taken down. No buyback here for him. Solo trying to do what he can with the buyback of his own, but it's going to be 2 heroes up against 5 here on the side of Betboom, and GG is just going to be all the Hellraisers. Yeah, even the Heart going to be right click down. Pure Nightfall. They secure that last kill before they go for that fountain dive, before they get the GG, before the Ancient explodes. It was a 55-minute game. 85k net worth here for Betboom and 55 kills, but eventually they do get the game.
Yep, I mean, this is this is just very nice performance from Betboom all around, right? They understand the points where their lineup is going to be strong. They move around the map so well coordinated and so fast that even during the times when their lineup should be falling off a little bit, they don't start losing ground. And then once they get their timings, they just overwhelm their opponents. Nightfall hasn't died a single time in this series. But really what is so impressive for me for Betboom here is how focused they are, every single one of their players. Save and Toronto Tokyo, usually you see supports that are just jumping in. No, these guys, at every point in the game, they had the presence of mind to stay far enough away from the Hawk. Usually, oh, he's low, let's just jump in. No, stay behind, wait for him to use the song, and then change it up. And it gave them a few bonus kills. Of course, that is not what won them the game. Ultimately, it was they crushed the laning stage and they never allowed Hellraisers to play the game, really. Even when they weren't making moves of their own, Betboom, Hellraisers weren't allowed to get anything on the map. And when you see a graph look the way as it does on the experience and net worth, it just goes to show that the team that is winning is much better, because there isn't a single point where it just goes a little bit towards the top. No, not a single fight, not a single engagement, nothing was given to Hellraisers in a 50+ minute game.
Yeah, and that was just, I think we are starting to see now the teams that are deserving to be at the top of the groups as we come through the DPC, even though, you know, we're coming towards the end of the first week. It is only a 3-week league, so teams are starting to separate themselves. I do believe that